The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly Vision.
Topping up, Dolly Vision's dreaming real. Two crime scene blast feel so unreal. You do madness like share subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby missing shadows crawl? People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, King of Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light. Topping up, Dolly Vision's dreaming real. True crime scene blast feel so unreal. You do madness like share subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby missing shadows crawl? People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, King of Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light.
What is up, YouTube? It is good to see my beautiful people today. I hope you're doing great out there in YouTube land. Let me tell you who ain't doing great, and that is the man P Diddy. He's not doing great. But anyway, guys, y'all know the routine. If you're just tuning in, leave your DNA on that like button just in case you blow away in this hurricane and Dolly got to come find you. Also, if you're watching out there and you ain't subbed up to my damn channel, don't make me jump through this TV. What are you waiting for? Help us hit 60,000. We're only 500 people away, and I know y'all can help me get there. So if you're really cool, share this video on any of your social media. As long as it's not Pornhub. We are good. So we all know that P. Diddy found himself in a world of trouble. And let me tell you why he's in trouble. Because he didn't invite Dolly to none of the freak-offs. Okay, I didn't get one invitation. I don't know none of my people up in here. I guess we're not cool enough to go to the freak-offs, right? What the hell, P. Diddy? What the hell? I didn't want to go anyway, right? Because more like a disease off than a freak-off, okay? Because we know Diddy had 1,000 cases of lube, right? Lance, thank you so much for becoming a member. We know he had 1,000 cases of lube, but he didn't have 1,000 cases of condoms. Okay. So diseases were being spread like you get a disease, like Oprah was there. You get a disease, you get a disease, you get a disease, you get herpes. Okay. Everybody left with a little something, and it wasn't a gift bag. Okay. It wasn't a gift bag. Doo-doo stains on the wall, on the sheets. You know, I like to be the person that sold Diddy his sheets because that's, you know, you could buy stock in it at this point. But Diddy, of course, he's up in jail and he's crying like a little baby, allegedly. Let me give my warnings. Dolly Vision's for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, mixed with a little theory, add a little comedy. So don't take nothing you hear as fact. I'm an idiot. Okay. Also, the callers today, their opinions are theirs and theirs alone, not to reflect on a Dolly. Don't get me sued, people. Also, everybody's innocent to proven guilty in a court of law. Even P. Diddy. Okay. Even P. Diddy. And the biggest one of them all, and you guys should know this by now, don't try to be Dolly at home. It is absolutely dangerous. It is absolutely dangerous. So P. Diddy's up in the jail. You know, he's a little sad. You know, I like to call it big sad. You know, big sad. Not just a little sad, you know, like, you know, it's worse than when your dog dies. This dude is big sad. And, you know, some of these rich people think money can buy their freedom, aka Karen Reed. Okay, we're going to be talking about Karen Reed a little bit, and also Mamta up in DC area, Manassas, Virginia, the lady that tragically has lost her life to her husband. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. But first, we're going to go into this P. Diddy stuff because, you know, he's a freak, and more people are getting paranoid and scared. We done went over a lot of people that were on the list, and that was just a handful of people. You know, the rumors of more indictments coming down on some of his colleagues are out there. And, you know, there's I call it the P. Diddy frenzy right now. The sharks, dun, 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 they're out to get P. Diddy. So before this is all said and done, P. Diddy going to be broke as hell. Listen, P. Diddy, I ain't loaning you no money. Even if you get off the RICO charges, Dolly broke, okay? Dolly broke, and you didn't invite me to none of the freak offs. Not one. I wouldn't have came. I wouldn't have came to your party, but I would at least like to got the invitation. You know, JC, I could have hung out with Beyonce. Beyonce, don't worry, I think you're cute too, okay? Shout out to Froggy Fresh. But anyway, Nancy has been tearing into P. Diddy's ass. Aunt Nancy don't play, right? You know, top mom, Nancy, where's the baby? Okay, where's the damn baby? Has been tearing into P. Diddy's ass like she is at the freak off, okay? I'm like, damn, Nancy, you having your own freak off? Because you tearing into this man's ass worse than he did Justin Bieber, okay? Worse than he did Justin Bieber. So we're going to listen to that's so bad. That is so bad, right? That is just horrible for me, even me to say. But hey, sometimes the truth cuts you deep. The truth cuts you deep, right? Right? Deep. So we're going to review a little bit of what Nancy just recently had to say about P. Diddy. We're going to take some calls on the situation. We're going to get into the Karen Reed stuff because it appears that Karen Reed not only gave up the booty, but she gave up her house, okay, to get out of trouble, and she still ain't out of trouble. And you know what? You can win a dinner date with a murderer. We're going to talk about that too, right? Anybody want to go out with a murderer? I am going to buy my raffle tickets. There's a raffle. You can go out to dinner with a lawyer and a murderer. But Dolly got to get his tickets just in case I win. Just in case I win. But let me share this video with you guys real fast. And of course, this is the good old Aunt Nancy, the OG of true crime. And she's going to rip into P. Diddy's ass, okay? She's going to rip right into it. Freak off.
Boo-hoo. Sean Puffy comes behind bars. What is his life like? This as Diddy whines, trying to get transferred to another, more cushy jail.
Oh, no.
As charges seemingly mount. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us.
We know who you are, Nancy.
Diddy, Sean Combs' life behind bars. Listen.
Life.
Well, initial reports said Sean Combs is housed in the special housing unit at the Metropolitan Detention Center. We now know
that is the same place that Jeffrey Epstein slipped on a banana peel. Okay, listen, they got a lot of damn Mario Kart going on in this jail. They've held a lot of people on RICO charges in this jail. So, Tekashi 6ix9ine, P. Diddy, Jeffrey Epstein. Tone it down, old man. Okay, I did just go to the pharmacy and get my medicine. I took my blood pressure today. It was good. It may be a little high right now, but you know, because I'm on a roll. Okay, and let me tell you this: even with the heart attack, I'm doing better than P. Diddy. Right? I'm doing better than P. Diddy. I know I ain't up in this bitch. Right? I ain't up in this. Right? Crying. Nancy kills me, boy. He's in there hearing swole. And you know the bad thing about this is when you're a celebrity, one thing about jail is time goes so slow, right? It goes so slow. The clock don't even move. It looks like it ticks in reverse when you locked up, right? I know this firsthand. So P. Diddy, you know, the way people make time go by in jail is they play cards, they hang out, they play dominoes, they trade food, they gossip, they walk around, they go out to the gym, play basketball. But when you a celebrity, you get none of that. You get none of that. They have to lock you down 23-1. That means you're absolutely in a cell. Hey, Christy, please get the thumbs up, check out the live chat and hit the thumb and then re-enter live chat. Over 200 people haven't liked the video yet, and subscribe is free. Christy, you're absolutely right. What are they waiting for? Listen, don't make me send Christy forward to your house, right? I got her on speed dial and be like, Christy, I got the address of the person that didn't like the damn video. Track them down. Track them down, okay? You don't need that in your life. So like I was saying, people do all these things to pass the time, but P. Diddy can't do those things because somebody might shank him in the neck if they let him out in population. Because let me tell you this, people try to build a name off of celebrities. You know, somebody will be like, yo, I knocked out P. Diddy when we were locked up. So they won't let him near no other inmates. Okay, he may get to talk to the guards every now and then, but for the most part, he is sitting in a cell 23 hours a day by himself. Okay, completely by himself. No lubes, no freak offs, no champagne, no bitches to beat. Okay, none of that, right? So he is out of his element. He is out of his element in this place, right? You know, he can't shimmy through the bars. He can't, you know how P. Diddy likes to do. You know how he likes to do.
The music mogul is on suicide watch. Guards check on Combs on the hour every hour to ensure the rapper has made no attempts to harm himself. The extra monitoring is reportedly a standard practice at the jail for new high-profile inmates and not the result of Combs' psychological exam at intake. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilo claims his client is strong, healthy, confident, and focused on his defense.
Now, you know, P. Diddy went from shitting on gold toilets to that, right? He got to, you know, at the top of the toilet is a water fountain. You literally got to drink your water out of the same place you take a dump. Okay. I know it's a little weird. We ain't used to that. People that ain't been to jail ain't used to that. And here's the thing. Usually when you're in population and, you know, you're in a pod, usually there's 12 to 14 people in a pod. And you have to use the bathroom in front of those 12 people while they're holding conversations, eating food, and all these different things. When you got to go, you got to go. And while you're doing that, you got like 10 people trying to hold a conversation with you while you trying to take a deuce. Okay. So at least P. Diddy is by himself. So when he goes to hit the water fountain and the toilet in one, I hate to be P. Diddy. I hate it. This is a freak off right here. I bet he's like, damn, I wish I hadn't did what I did now. Right. But look, you're in it. The Illuminati has came for you. All right. That's the only way powerful people get knocked off. I said it before, right? Somebody in the higher ups wants you done, done. And, you know, P. Diddy, I hope you hid plenty of money, right? Because, you know, he was liquidating assets, hiding money, things like that. I hope you hid plenty of it, because when time you get out and all these lawsuits go through, you are going to be broke. Okay. You're going to be broke.
Spending 6 hours with Combs at MDC after bail is denied.
So let me understand what's happening. Is it true that Sean Combs, aka Diddy, has been placed in a suicide watch ward when he is not really suicidal? Joining me in All-Star panel to make sense of what we're hearing right now. And
well, they do that because when they have you on this watch, right, they put you in a cell. It has a glass door. It don't usually have a metal door because they need to be able to see you at all times. So they will have, you know, all these doors with glasses in it. Okay. And then they'll have the guard booth in the middle. So when the guard looks out, he can see into the cells of all the people. Now, I can understand him being on that watch because he is facing life in prison. And usually when they lock somebody up that just gets life, they will put them in that area just as a precaution, because they don't really know. You can say all day long you're not going to do that and you're not sad, but deep down inside they know. They've seen a lot tougher people come through there than P Diddy. Okay, they're used to real gangster dudes. I mean, I ain't saying that P Diddy ain't gangster, because he's done shot people, extorted people, all beat on women. I mean, he's a pretty gangster dude. But when it comes to like being a big guy or a dangerous guy with no weapons and no backup, he is a small fish in a really big pond. Okay, that have sharks and just crazy people in it. So we only got 320. Listen, people, do me a favor real quick. Y'all hit that like button so it helps get Dolly up in the algorithm. I need your help, right? I need your help. If you needed it, I would like your video. So like this video, and if you're super cool, share it. All right, share it.
Joining me on the scene, crimeonline.com investigative reporter Angelica Martinez. Angelica, thank you for being with us. What do we know about the so-called suicide ward?
Yes, Nancy. So according to some reports, Sean Puffy Combs, aka P Diddy, aka Brother Love, has allegedly been placed on suicide watch.
Did she call him Brother Love, or did I just hear that wrong?
And he is being held behind me in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. The suicide watch, as we heard, is usually a standard practice for new inmates as they are being taken into the detention. Not
all inmates. Not all inmates. When you go to jail, they don't instantly throw you in suicide watch. Usually they'll throw you in what they call here is the landing. When you get to jail, that's where you land. And that's where they classify you. Classification, it's called in a lot of other places, right? But here in Virginia, we call it the landing. That's where you land when your ass goes to jail, right? So once you make it through the landing or classification, they decide where they're going to put you in jail. The only time because they asked you when you come in, are you thinking about hurting anybody else or yourself? And if you answer yes to any of those questions, they will put you on that watch. Okay, so if you say, yeah, I want to hurt somebody or I want to hurt myself, that's how they determine where to put you. And if you're facing life in prison, they'll usually put you on this until they realize that you're not a threat to yourself. And then they'll house you somewhere else in the jail. It ain't like every inmate that goes to there goes to suicide watch. Tekashi 6ix9ine was on RICO charges. Okay, he was never in suicide watch. He was housed separately from the other inmates, but he wasn't on suicide watch when he got there. Matter of fact, the first couple of days he sat in the offices watching TV with the deputies. So after that, then they housed him, and then they eventually ended up moving him. But P Diddy facing life, he knows he's in trouble. The charges are overwhelming, and he's there. And all the crying in the world that you do is not going to get you out of this jail. You can cry yourself to sleep every night. They don't give a damn. Half the people can't hear it because everybody in the jail is screaming and it's so noisy. So all you'll hear is a couple whimpers coming from P Diddy. The same thing you heard at his freak offs, right? Tears and whimpers, right? And you know what? He should be used to it because the jail probably smells like asshole, just like his freak off parties did.
Facility, but his lawyers say that.
Put her up. Angelica Martinez, did you actually just say that all new inmates go to the medical ward? Did you say that? Because that's not true. I think it's just Diddy is on the medical ward.
See, I call BS on it too. Yes, you go to medical, but you don't go to suicide watch. Okay. When you go in, of course, they're going to take your blood pressure. They're going to take your temperature. They're going to ask you some medical questions. Do you have any heart conditions? What medicines you're on? Everybody does that. Okay. Everybody that goes to jail, they're going to do that to you. They're going to say, hey, you know, are you these things? They're going to ask you if you're gang related. Do you have any gang ties? I wonder how he answered that question, because you know he has plenty of gang ties, even though he's not allegedly in a gang, but he has plenty of gang ties, gang connections. And when you have that, you also have gang enemies. Okay. But Nancy called bullshit on it quick. She's like, oh, hold up. Wait a minute. That don't happen to every inmate. They don't put every inmate there. Okay. They do give every inmate their little physical and stuff like that, but they don't put everybody where they think they're going to slip on a banana peel and unalive themselves like Jeffrey Epstein. So, this is the same jail that Jeffrey Epstein lost his life in, the CDC. He's hating it. He's hating it.
Allegedly where Sean Puffy Combs is currently being held, as far as we know. But again, I want to highlight that his attorney said that P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs, is strong and healthy and focusing on preparing his defense. So reports are a little mixed on that. But yes, he's currently being held in the MDC, which is right behind me, as we know. And we have
what did I call it? The CDC, the Center for Disease Control. That's where they should keep him. Okay. It's the MDC, the Metro Detention Center, but they should keep his ass at the CDC. So I said it right the first time, the Center for Disease Control, because what he was spreading out here on the celeb streets. Okay. Nasty, nasty, nasty P. Diddy. And some of them people that were going to these parties, I'm one of those people that believe if you see something, you say something. Now, the first rule of the freak off apparently was don't tell people what happens at the freak off, like Fight Club, right? Don't tell nobody. But, if you went to I'll let you slide if you just showed up to one party and you left early, okay? Celebrities out there, if you showed up to one and left early, Dolly will let you slide. But if you went to a second P. Diddy party, I don't know about you. I gotta keep them eyes on you for sure.
Former warden Cameron Lindsay, who is actually on record as saying that Diddy poses as a very attractive target for other inmates in the MDC, saying, quote, to deliver
attractive target. You hear that? He poses as an attractive target to other inmates. They want them cheeks, right? There's a lot of inmates in there right now that are big mad they didn't get invited to the freak off. Now, if they put P. Diddy in a regular pod, that's when the real freak off begins. But P. Diddy might like that. Right now, P. Diddy's probably crying because they won't put him in the back with the other men. Okay. Because P. Diddy like to get down with a little bit of everybody, right? He ain't picky. He like them all, short, little, and tall. Okay. From what I hear. Okay. He don't care if you man, woman, squirrel, pigeon. He don't have no preference. He has zero preference to what he gets down with, what he gets his freak on with, right? So, them inmates up in there licking their lips, like a P. Diddy walking and look like a pork chop. Okay. They'd be like, damn, he looking good. Why don't you shimmy your ass over here, P. Diddy?
a hit on him would be considered a badge of honor, end quote. So Diddy is in quite a hairy situation, whether he is on suicide watch or just surrounded by other inmates. Doesn't seem like it'll be.
Somebody would whip off in his ass and sell the story to TMZ, okay? They call TMZ collect from the jail, be like, TMZ, I'm kicking his ass. You can hear him. And you'll hear him around there. I love it when they call me Big Papa. Boom, kicking him, stomping Diddy.
Be going too well for him inside the MDC anytime soon.
Joining me at the MDC Metropolitan Detention Center, Angelica Martinez. Angelica, please stay right there. Interesting that Sean Combs' lawyer is worried about him being a target of a hit. I just finished Diddy's former fiance, now deceased, Kim Porter's book, Kim's Lost Words. Now, this has been published recently, posthumously, after she died, and it details a lot about Sean Puffy Combs' sex proclivities. Don't care. What I care about is
who is to say that Diddy won't pay the prosecutors off like Michael Jackson did? Okay, well, Michael Jackson had more money than P. Diddy. Okay, Michael Jackson was a pop icon. Okay, P. Diddy's not really an icon. I don't consider P. Diddy an icon. He's really not even a real good musician. All right, he had one song where he sung about Biggie. What, name another P. Diddy song? Can anybody? What is that one? I'll be remembering you with Faith Evans. Can anybody else remember a P Diddy song? Okay, he made his fame off of everybody else. You know, off of Biggie, Little Kim, and stuff like that. He basically had no musical talent whatsoever. He was a shitty rapper. So I wouldn't really put P Diddy in the same class as Michael Jackson. Okay. I bet everybody in here can name 15 damn Michael Jackson songs. You can't name 2 P Diddy songs. Okay. You may name the one with Faith Evans where he was singing about Biggie, and that's only because it was about Biggie. Name another song that P Diddy did. Okay. Anybody in here? Okay. I'll let you go out to dinner with Karen Reed if you can name one more P Diddy song. Okay. If you can name one more P Diddy song, you can go out and have dinner with Karen Reed. All right. And her lawyer, David Yannetti. All right. If you can name 2 P Diddy songs, or 3, 3. You can't do it. You couldn't do it if somebody had a gun to your head. All right.
Is forcing sex on other people, and
hold on,
even more important, ordering not just the hit on Tupac Shakur, allegedly, but also the hit on Tupac Shakur in an elevator where he was shot before he was shot and killed. He survived that hit. And according to Kim Porter, if this is to be believed, the attack on the notorious B.I.G., Biggie. Is this real? But now the tables have certainly turned. Now his lawyer is worried about him being the object of a hit behind bars. Straight out to renowned psychoanalyst, Dr. Bethany Marshall, joining us, author of Deal Breaker. You can see her on Peacock. Dr. Bethany, thank you for joining us. The tables have turned, and I am not in any way condoning more violence. But this is quite the comeuppance to be concerned about a hit by an unknown inmate behind bars when, according to his fiance, he was the one ordering hits.
That's right, Nancy. Puff Diddy, aka Love, has been in full power and control in every area of his life, including being able to cheat on girlfriends, being able to force sex partners to have hours.
No, hell no. That man won't no cheater. Don't try to put that on P. Diddy.
Of sex with unwanted partners while on ecstasy and on other drugs. He is always pulling the levers of power behind the scenes. So the question is, behind bars, would he really be suicidal? I mean, on the one hand, he's impulsive and aggressive, which can be.
Hell yeah, he would be. This man faces the rest of his life in prison. He may never get out and lose all his money, right? And when you lose that money, you lose that power, right? Do you think P. Diddy would have all these women and be able to do all these things if he wasn't rich and powerful? No, he'd just be the average dude. Nobody would care.
Be a precursor to suicidality. On the other, Nancy, he loves himself so much, and he is kind of grandiose. He thinks he's controlling everything from behind bars. I doubt he really thinks he's going to be there forever.
I'm very concerned specifically about the allegations in Kim Porter's book. Now, this was released possibly.
But here's the thing. He may not think he's going to be there forever right this second, okay? Because he got all this money. A lot of people think they can buy their freedom, but he's going to be there. He ain't going anywhere. He's a flight risk. And there's going to be so many lawsuits. And when stuff starts to happen like this, it's the snowball effect. Okay. Right now it's a small little snowball, but it's rolling downhill and it's gaining steam. So more people every day are coming out about P. Diddy. Right. And you got to remember, advertisements, sponsorships, things like that. No companies, no corporations, nobody's going to want to be involved with him. Let's say they freed him today, right? They let him out today. He still has to face all these lawsuits, and then no businesses are going to want to work with him whatsoever. So his days of being this powerful mogul are over. I mean, I hate to say that for all you P. Diddy fans out there think P. Diddy's going to beat this. He's going to walk away from this. If he does walk away from it, he's going to walk away from it massively damaged. I mean, damaged goods, damaged goods. Nobody's going to get around them. Nobody's going to want to affiliate with them. All the musicians that work with them, they're going to be like, oh, hell no.
After she passed, okay, his longtime love, his fiance, we've been told. And I question on page 26 in my handwritten notes, does Sean Puffy Combs, aka Diddy, hate women? Because according to her, he by far preferred sex with males. Do I care? No, I don't care.
We've been known that, Nancy. That's what I'm saying. He been spooning with dudes since they created spoons, okay? He is the one that coined spoon tot, okay? That's spoon tot right there.
Who he sleeps with. I do care if it turns into rape or if it turns into a sex attack. That I care about. But I'm curious.
Was he sleeping with men or were men sleeping with him? I think there was a little bit of both going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he was the pitcher in the baseball game. All right. I think he was the damn catcher. He seems more like a catcher. That's why he's crying. He wants to be in population. Okay. He's the only dude that wants to be in population, right? They want him there too. They're like, we can't wait for P Diddy to get up in here.
Dr. Bethany, I'm curious if this is true. Would that be a reason?
This man probably got a lower white blood cell count than Eazy-E, okay? Right? You touch him, your shit would fall off.
A psychological reason to drug women and video them and all of these compromising situations, being raped while they're on drugs, having them beaten so badly they have to go hide out to
They already gave him a name in the jail, Sweet Cheeks. Okay, he goes by Sweet Cheeks in the jail. All right. If you write him, you gotta put Sweet Cheeks on the envelope, right? And then his inmate number, and they'll make sure he gets it.
Rehabilitate and get rid of their bruises. Is that an underlying? And of course, I'm just a former prosecutor. The why is not anything I would have to prove to a jury. However, practically speaking, a jury would want to know that. Is that a psychological reason to torment women and degrade them and debase them because you really don't want to be with them?
You know, Nancy, it's one of many reasons to torment and torture women. You know, according to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, there are 5 perversions, and P. Diddy has every single one.
Damn!
Voyeurism, which is rubbing up against an unsuspecting person, exhibitionism, voyeurism, and sadism. Sadism is when you obtain sexual pleasure from inflicting cruelty on other people. In fact, with a true perversion, the perverse person cannot relate to others as full individuals with thoughts, feelings, and emotions of their own.
P. Diddy better not rub up against me, okay? You better stand back, P. Diddy. You know, you got all 5 perversions. It's like the 7 deadly sins, okay? You're going to end up a head in a box, all right? Can you imagine getting on an elevator with P. Diddy, right? He slides on up all slippery, smelling like baby oil.
They just become objects to triumph over, and they become sexual objects at that.
I want to be very clear. Sean Puffy Combs, aka Diddy, is not charged with pedophilia. He has not been convicted of anything.
Now, listen. Now, how many people think he should be, right? If you think he should be charged with that, press 1 in the chat, but hit the like on this video first, because we know how old Justin Bieber was, how old he was when P. Diddy started hanging out with him and Usher, right? So listen, you know, we hear damn Justin Bieber say he's scarred for life, right? And Justin Bieber should do the right thing and just come out and tell it all. Write a book, okay? Because we already know what happened to Bieber, right? So if you want an extra 100 million, 200 million Biebs, you should come out and tell the world exactly what he did, exactly how it went down. And, you know, just like Corey Feldman did, right? And it's hard for, listen, I know it's hard for women to come out and say when they're sexually assaulted, but as a man, you lose your manhood. Like a woman, y'all don't lose y'all's womanhood. But if a man is sexually assaulted, you know, it's determined that, you know, you lost your manhood. And that was taken from him by this monster that is P. Diddy, right? So it's more hard for a man to come out and say, yeah, I was sexually assaulted, because then people just instantly think you're homosexual, that you allowed this. But at his age, he couldn't consent. Even if Biebs like boys, he couldn't consent to a grown man. It's still rape. Okay. It is still rape. It's exactly what it is. And we seen the behavior he did when he was with it. So to call this man the P word, I don't think it's a stretch at all. Okay. Not at all. And not only that, but a freak that likes men, women, kids. And this is all allegedly, you know, I wasn't there. Okay. This is my opinion. But, you know, if you go back and watch it, maybe back then it didn't seem so creepy, right? But now when you watch it, it's cringe worthy. Okay. You're literally like cringing as you watch. You're like, oh my God, you sick bitch. How did we not, you know, because people at that time loved P. Diddy. They usually, when people like celebrities, they will overlook what they do. Okay. You'll just turn a blind eye to it, right? Like Michael Jackson probably did some terrible shit. Okay. I was just a huge Michael Jackson fan. I couldn't believe that. I wouldn't believe it if I watched it. Okay. That's how much of a Michael Jackson fan I was. But, you know, as an adult man, I look back at it and go, well, Mike was messing with kids. You know, he's one of those things too. But when you just a huge fan of people, you just turn a blind eye to it, or try to deny it and be like, nah, he wouldn't. You give people the benefit of the doubt. But, you know, that's when you're young and a fan. When you old and you've been around the block a million times, you start to see, okay, this man right here is grooming children. All right. And not only children, but whoever. You know, it don't matter if the squirrels don't even pick nuts at P. Diddy's house. They're like, hell no, we're staying away from that place. All right. Plus, they can't climb the trees because they're slippery.
Jurisprudence, he remains innocent until proven guilty. And that is a fact. But I got to tell you, straight out to high-profile criminal defense attorney Tim Jansen, former federal prosecutor and now legal analyst, Tallahassee Democrat. Tim, here's the thing about this book by Kim Porter. One, is it by Kim Porter? Because it has an as told to here. So is it really from her diaries? Okay.
Okay.
Number one, that would have to be verified and authenticated. But if it is true, Tim Jansen, it's still hearsay.
Hey, blue eyes.
And it would be very hard to get this into a court of law unless, you know, you can beat the hearsay.
Leave the squirrels alone. They're testifying. Okay. The squirrels, they witnessed it all. Okay. They seen every nut go down. They're going to be at the trial. You're going to look over there. It's going to be, Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. Okay. They won't even go around P. Diddy. Okay. The damn chipmunks won't even get near them.
A rule with a lot over 20 exceptions, such as deathbed declarations. And according to a deathbed declaration, she asked for this to be published after her death. And she notes that it will hurt her children when they read it. But, you know, it's so full of very serious allegations.
Hello, says I'm new. Hey, Dolly. Hey, welcome. Okay. Put your seatbelt on it. This ride might get a little rough, okay? And make sure you bring all your arms inside the cart at all times, okay? You don't want to lose a limb here.
Not just the forced sex allegations that we already know of. It talks about celebrities in and out of Diddy's home, all of them sleeping with him and or others.
Squirrel gang.
Is that true? Don't know. But what concerns me the most, Tim Jansen, is the very clear and very rich in detail circumstances and conversations that she hears about ordering the hit on Biggie, Notorious B.I.G., and Tupac Shakur. What about it?
I can't help it, okay? If this ain't a laughable situation, right? Because listen, he put himself in this situation. You know, when you're supposed to pay people off, you pay them off. Okay. When you're supposed to sign them hush money checks, you sign them, right? He must have forgot to sign the hush money. And next thing you know, His ass is locked up, won't let me out, locked up. And he ain't getting out. He has no bond. They don't plan on giving him a bond. Remember when they were investigating him, he jumped on a plane, right? And they're like, okay, well, we can't have that again because he has enough money. He could disappear to Cuba like Tupac, right? So they're like, nah, this ain't happening. And they're going to hold him. These lawsuits are going to go through. More people are going to come out the woodwork. And I think the people that he abused should. I think they absolutely should. This is the time to take out a monster, okay? Because P. Diddy, he's more of a monster than he is a rap mogul, okay? One, he's a shitty rapper. You couldn't name 2 P. Diddy songs. The only thing he's famous for is other people's fame, right? Being beside them while other people are talented. I guess, you know, he does have some skills, picking talent. Maybe that's a skill. But other than that, F the dude. He shouldn't be doing these horrible things. He shouldn't be abusing and beating women, you know, handing women off to his friends, you know, and then getting mad when they try to leave. You know, if you don't care about the women and you're abusing them and you're giving them to your friends, and then when they want to leave, you want to whip their ass and act like you're in love with them, right? It's strange. It's like a weird obsession he has with controlling people. And it's all a control thing. But now he has no control of nothing. He don't have control of his freedom. He don't have control of what he's eating tonight, what time the lights are going off. He has zero control right now. And I guarantee that's a blow. That is a big, huge blow to P. Diddy.
All right, so it is hearsay. I'm not sure it's relevant. I'm not sure under 404B that would be admissible in any way. I'm not sure that would satisfy a dying declaration.
Right there, Diddy is the Black Epstein. You know, he just didn't have an island, but he was doing exactly the same thing Epstein was doing, right? Epstein was having freak offs, but, you know, old white people don't call them freak offs. They call them gatherings and get togethers. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing. You know, Epstein was busting in young women, young boys. P. Diddy was doing the exact same thing, but instead of on an island, he was doing it in luxury hotels. So he's no different, you know. And Epstein was rich and powerful too. And you see, he slipped on a banana peel.
As you know, dying declaration, impending death has to be occurring or about to occur, which gives it an indicia of reliability. Now, if they can find witnesses who can verify any of these facts that they eyewitnessed, and they probably are going out there now trying to find these witnesses, they could possibly call them in if it's part of the charges in the allegation.
Hey, Tim Jansen, I, like you, have already been.
Yeah, you know, usually when people are abused like that, lady, they eventually become the abuser. You know, it was done to him, so he thinks it's okay to do it to other people. And here's the thing, in the music world in Hollywood, this seems to happen a lot, and especially with kids, especially kids. Did my shoes come? Not that I've seen. No, they ain't at the door yet. But usually this happens to young kids. We heard, you know, the horror stories with Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, and, you know, it pretty much scarred them guys for life. Right now, Corey Feldman thinks he's Michael Jackson. That's what abuse does to you, okay? When you get abused. And here's one thing Corey Feldman did say, that Michael Jackson never abused him, all right? Other people did. Other people abused Corey Feldman. But he said that Michael Jackson never abused him, right? And so did one of his backup dancers that was with him as a young kid, said, hey, he never abused me. But then he tried to change his story because he was like, I forget the guy's name, but he was supposed to do, like, there was a big play about Michael Jackson. He was supposed to be the dance coordinator. And when they scrapped him, then he came out and said Michael Jackson was messing with me. But before that, that guy had testified in Michael Jackson's behalf that he had never messed with him. And so did Corey Feldman, right? And Corey Feldman still to this day says Michael Jackson never messed with him, right? But now, if anybody has watched Corey Feldman, he's trying to dress like Michael Jackson. He's trying to dance like Michael Jackson. But let me tell you one thing. This dude can't sing a lick. Okay. He has became the biggest joke on YouTube ever. Corey Feldman. You can look up videos right now. I'm the Comeback King, and he's actually on tour with Limp Bizkit. Okay. So Limp Bizkit decided to put the worst opening acts they could find on their tour. And the opening band is Corey Feldman's band. You know, Corey Feldman and the Angels. I've been following Corey Feldman since, you know, I was a kid. And it was horrible to see what happened to him. And then, you know, of course, the whole Corey Haim with Charlie Sheen thing. I don't know if y'all followed this, but apparently Charlie Sheen was allegedly molesting Corey Haim. And it's crazy. Their story's crazy. Like, a lot of people don't believe everything Corey Feldman says, but he said, that there was people powerful enough in Hollywood that he couldn't name because he was scared of somebody unaliving him. And I believe that they were taking these kids to them soda pop parties. Basically, a soda pop party is a P Diddy freak party. Okay, same thing. They just called it a soda pop party. And it was with kids from Hollywood. And he named so many celebrities that were at these soda pop parties coming up in Hollywood as child actors. And if they were molesting one kid, you know, they were basically trying to molest all them kids, right? So when you, as a parent, and you taking your kid into Hollywood or into music, and you're leaving them in studios with grown men, and you're dropping them off at movie sets with a bunch of grown people, and they're not supervised. And then the movie people will be like, oh, well, we got security for your son. And then it's the security that was molesting Corey Feldman. Okay. So it's just a big pot of perversion and nasty ass people that think this stuff is okay because it's been going on for so long. It's been going on my whole life. Okay. Me and Corey Feldman, we're about the damn same age. Right. So he might be a little bit younger than me. So if you look at it, you know, you're like, wow, these kids have been exploited and sexually abused pretty much his whole entire childhood.
And thinking about those issues, this is a bombshell right here. If it's true, if she really said this, if I can prove this and authenticate it came from.
Yeah, and Justin Bieber, he's rich as hell, right? You know, probably driving his Lamborghini. But think about when he lays his head down at night, right? And them demons start talking. And he has to live with what has happened to him to get that. Listen, I would never want a Lamborghini if I had to give up my cheeks, okay? The way he got his fame and the way he came up, I would never want that. I would never want that money. You can keep your mansion. You can keep your cars. You can keep the beautiful women. You can keep all that shit, okay? No. And you know, he regrets it still to this day. You see, he's all emotionally effed up from his childhood.
From her writings, and these are her words. But think about it, Jensen, because what she says she overheard.
Yep, Lost Boys.
With
they were licensed to drive. Y'all remember that movie?
Another person. So there is another witness. And again, the federal indictment does not touch on the Tupac Shakur killing or the.
What? We ain't even got 600 likes and we got 1,000 people in the room. All right. That means some of y'all are hate watching. How many hate watchers do I got? If you're hate watching, hit the like button so I can count you. Okay. I got to know. If we got 600 likes now, all my haters like the video. And then we're going to look in 2 minutes to see how many likes we got. And then I can determine how many hate watchers I got. Because I know there's a couple people out there probably hate Dolly, but you're watching anyway. Okay. Or you've never seen me and you're watching. If you've never seen my crazy ass, trust me, sub up, ring the bell. You're going to get your money's worth. It's free. Okay. It's free.
The Notorious B.I.G. killing. So that would have to be another case. What I'm saying is charges could be mounting right now, because once the feds get a hold of you, isn't this true, Tim? You were a federal prosecutor, now defense attorney. Once the feds get their hooks in you, you're not going anywhere. They dig deeper and deeper and deeper. And I would not be surprised.
98% conviction rate on federal charges. Okay. So that only means only 2% of people get off on federal charges. That means they're going to convict the shit out of you. That means there's little to no hope that P. Diddy will walk. He will be convicted. Now, how long he gets, and if he makes deals and he starts squilling like he does at them freak off parties, just what I heard, right? He be squilling when he starts talking and telling dirt on other people, because you got to remember this man has gang ties. He knows who's murdered who and things like that. Hey, Dolly, been with you since Summer Wells. Awesome. So you've been here a good minute, 7 months as a member. That's a good way to keep Dolly alive, to keep these lights on, is to hit that join button. I think it's only like $2.99 for just a month of entertainment. You can't beat it. It's cheaper than Netflix. It's cheaper than a prescription of Playboy. You can't beat it. Cheaper than a cup of damn Starbucks coffee.
Surprised if more charges were added as part of, in furtherance of, the criminal enterprise they've already charged.
Oh, I think you are exactly right. The criminal enterprise has many tenants, and once he's in custody and he's away, and he doesn't have the power over people are a lot more willing to talk. And a person who was protected, who now is looking at 15, 20.
What's the name of the book? I don't know. I just know it was a book written by Kim Porter. You could probably Google it, right? Just put in Kim Porter's book and it will probably pop up for you. Jamie Smith has been a member for 11 months. Love you. And PJ, we love you guys too. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with me tonight. Well, today is afternoon time. Corey Feldman did a lot. Where I lost the comment. It's moving so fast.
20, 30 years in prison, they might be willing to talk, knowing that he's in custody and probably can't reach him. And they could hide that witness and don't have to disclose his testimony for quite a while. So you could see an amended a superseding indictment, which could add other charges.
The book was called Kim's Last Words. Thank you, D. Thank you so much. I never read the book. I mean, I probably won't never read the book. I knew P. Diddy was a scumbag a long time ago. I mean, I used to be a huge Biggie fan, right? Huge. And I could not stand P. Diddy. I could not stand him. I was one of those people that like West Coast and East Coast music. Like I like Tupac and I like Biggie. I didn't really like them fighting, right? I kind of liked them more as friends, like Snoop Dogg and everybody. So I just thought P. Diddy was a lot of the East Coast, West Coast beef, because it all started behind him, with the shooting at the Atlanta nightclub. And I just never liked him. I didn't like the and all the stuff he would do in mute, like the background noises he would do in the back of and Biggie stuff and Mace's stuff. I just was just like, even Suge Knight said it. If you want a record producer, they ain't all dancing and and then your videos come to death row, right? And I always thought that was one of them comments he said that was real true. Like, why you got to be making all them fucking noises in the back of the song, right? Let Biggie do his thing. He wanted that light. And he was trying to get it off of Biggie. So it's like, it's like you want to be a rapper, but you ain't no good. So you jump in on one of the best rappers to ever live and just be his backup, I guess. I just couldn't stand him.
Another question, and this goes straight out to Shannon Henry, although I'm going to need a shrink on this one too. Shannon, president founder SAS, which is Surviving Assault Standing Strong, a nonprofit to help eradicate.
I didn't know that R. Kelly, DMX, and Busy Bones were all sexually abused as children. I didn't know that. I didn't know any three of those people had that go on in their life. I know DMX spoke out on P. Diddy before. R. Kelly's probably locked up with him. And Busy Bones, Bone Thugs and Harmony, I used to love some Bone Thugs and Harmony back in the day. And, Eazy-E put on Bone Thugs and Harmony. So I really liked Bone Thugs. Then they kind of just fell off.
Sex trafficking and abuse on women. Shannon Henry, I kept reading this, every page. I'm like, why did she stay with him?
It's the
Why
first
did
of the
she want to
month.
stay with Combs? She's hearing, allegedly, according to her, planning a hit on Tupac Shakur, and then it did happen.
Say,
He was shot in an elevator. years before he's finally killed. He survived that, and he suspected that Sean Combs was behind that hit.
No, Nancy, you're wrong. Haitian Jack is the one that set up the robbery at Quad Studios, and Tupac shot himself. Okay. Tupac shot himself. A lot of people don't know that. Biggie took him up to the studio, tried to save him, called the ambulance, all that. But it was Haitian Jack, which is Mike Tyson's associate, set up the robbery at Quad Studios. That came out in that interview from that lady from, I think, 60 Minutes and Ice-T. They interviewed Tupac's security, and he said Tupac went to pull the gun and shot himself. So, and then that's the picture you see of Tupac flicking off the camera, but it had nothing to do with P. Diddy, allegedly. Okay. And it had nothing to do with Biggie shooting Tupac. It had to do with Haitian Jack admits to it. It was his goons that committed the robbery. They snatched his chain. The security dude, Tupac wouldn't give it up. The security guard actually reached over and snatched the chain off of Tupac's neck and gave it to the robber.
Okay. And according to Porter, he was. Then she overhears sitting at the table. It's not like she's listening at the door. She's sitting there hearing the discussion of no more protection for Biggie. If Biggie's not loyal to Combs 150%, then Combs can't protect him anymore. And what if he gets killed? And he goes so far to say in this book, Shannon, that Biggie is worth more to Combs dead than alive. Why? Because it would ignite new.
Somebody, Nikki, why did you say you love Ryan Upchurch? What does Ryan Upchurch got to do with Tupac getting shot? I can tell you now, Ryan Upchurch didn't do it.
And rumors about East Coast, West Coast feud, and it would help his business. Believe it or not. Again, this has to be authenticated. So my question to you is, Shannon Henry, if she's hearing him plotting these crimes, these killings, these shootings, why would she stay with him? Why do women stay with violent men and risk their own lives?
It's really simple, Nancy. It boils down to fear. Nobody comes up and punches you in the face and says, would you like to go on a date?
Diddy admits he pays Sting $5,000 per day for every breath you take sample. Diddy can't create a damn thing on his own. Yes, I seen Sting say that. I never seen P. Diddy say it, but I heard Sting say that he got $5,000 a month for the song, for the sample.
Right? We would never go. So what happens instead is they work their way into your life. They're kind. They put you on a pedestal. And
thank you, Tink. Love how you are growing and improved since Gabby times. Yeah, it's been a long journey. You know, the last, 3 years into true crime, you know, we've covered a lot of cases. We helped a lot of people along the way. Channel's grown a lot in the last 3 years, but we need to help it hit that 60,000 mark. So if you're watching out there and ain't subbed up yet, sub up the channel. Okay. We're going to have a party at 60,000. Now I want you to be there. And let me tell you, it ain't going to be a freak off. It's going to be a virtual party. So your butt cheeks will stay intact.
And you feel like everything's good. They see me, they get me, until that pedestal turns
hey
into
everybody,
a spotlight.
Lolo.
And you realize
hey.
you are in a spotlight,
Come to
only
like
to
the
be
video.
controlled, only to be manipulated, and only to be hurt, so that they gain what they want and you stay because you're afraid to leave. And when we look at his history of arson, physical violence, gun violence, mental anguish that he inflicts on people, as well as.
Okay. So thank you so much there, Soul Shine, for your super sticker. Welcome aboard the Dolly train. Now, look, I'm going to open up the phone lines. I want to hear from you people. What do you think about P. Diddy whining and crying there in the MDC? Okay. The Metropolitan Detention Center is where he's been housed. The same place. Scottie Pippen said, I just subbed. No baby oil over here. You've been subbed up for years, Scottie Pippen. All right. You ain't fooling nobody. So let me know what you guys think about P. Diddy. Is P. Diddy going to walk off of this? Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Yeah, what up, Doug?
He can have a freak off all day in that prison.
Yeah, but they got him by himself because he's a target.
Yeah, not right now, but it won't be long.
Well, I mean,
But hey, did you hear about Steve Harvey hauling ass
no, did Steve Harvey, I can't even say his last name, Harvey. Did he haul ass?
out of the country, baby?
Was he going to damn P. Diddy's freak offs? I didn't see him on the list.
Yeah, he was on the list.
Man, you wouldn't
got
think
there.
Steve Harvey. It's always the people you don't think are grimy and nasty that are the ones that are worse.
I'll tell you another one was at his party. Hunter.
Who?
WWL. Hunter.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley
Yep.
was hanging out at P. Diddy parties?
Yep.
Stephanie McMahon's going to end up divorcing his
Think
ass.
about it. P. Daddy was on WWL.
I didn't even know that.
Yep. Mankind.
Mankind was at his parties?
Yep. They showed him partying with him.
I mean, I think he might. I don't think he went to none of the freak offs.
They showed him at the mansion.
Oh, okay. I mean, like I said, it's always people you don't suspect that are the freakiest weirdos of them all.
Hey, I mean, dude, that's like they said, Jeffrey Epstein in the black community.
Steve Harvey gave one of his daughters to Diddy. Yeah, when people start making these weird celebrities like their kids' godfathers and things like that, it starts to get a little creepy.
Yes, sir.
Steve Harvey,
And
he's always been the family show kind of guy. You know, what is it, Family Feud and stuff like that. You wouldn't think, these people are destroying their careers.
Well, Steve like to keep it all in the family.
And this person's right about Katt Williams. Katt Williams has been telling it all for a good minute that all these people are freaks and there's all this perversion in the music world, that you got to give up your cheeks and dress like a woman to be in any movies.
Well, I can have the damn movie for all I care.
Yeah, he was like, all these famous people that, have dressed like women because they're trying to, take men's masculinity away. They're trying to feminize men. So all these men are wearing, even the rappers are wearing dresses and carrying purses, like, trying to look like women.
Yes, sir. And I just think no way for any amount of money in the world that I'd give up my manhood.
Not willingly.
Not willingly.
So, but he was grooming kids, but he ain't charged with that. But if he was charged with all the crimes that he's committed, he would be buried under a prison for 500 years.
Not yet.
They just got him. They just got him with a little bit of the stuff he's done, not everything.
They come down on a lot of people here right now. They come on the New York mayor.
Okay, somebody said Upchurch was recently arrested. Upchurch has recently had a baby girl. I don't think he was arrested. Was he? I don't know.
Well, they brought charges on that mayor up in New York.
Yeah, I heard something about that. I didn't watch it, but I just heard that the mayor's getting charged with some shit.
Oh yeah, they got him on 5 felonies, dude.
What are the felony charges? I didn't watch it. I had seen the headline.
Getting money from Turkey for his election and shit.
Oh, okay.
Taking money from foreign people.
Oh,
taking money from New York.
Oh, okay. Well, damn.
Wire fraud and all that shit, dude.
Well, I mean, the whole world is filled in Hollywood and political and music. It's full of people that are effed up. That's what we're learning anyway.
Yeah, look at Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah,
Hollywood. He blowed Hollywood wide open.
But Harvey Weinstein, he gave you an option like, hey, if you want this movie part, sleep with me. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. But here's the thing that is what about like you charge that guy with something, but it's like if a woman goes to a bar and she meets a guy and he says, I'm a doctor. And then they go home and sleep together and you wake up the next morning and find out he don't got a job, lives with his mama. Do you arrest that guy for lying? Because then you had to put almost so many men in prison. You know what I'm saying? All he did was promise somebody that a movie part and he didn't deliver. But far as like taking it from people or drugging them, Harvey Weinstein didn't do that. He gave you an option. Hey, you want this movie part? Give me some loving. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but I just like Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby
I
was
believe in
drugging women,
I believe,
lying to women.
I believe in women. And
To
women
me-
went with him because he was Bill Cosby.
Lying
And
to
he just
women
had,
is different than raping and drugging women.
yeah, but back then that was Quaalude years. Panty droppers, they call them. Everybody eat Quaaludes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's bad. That's the bad thing. Like I don't hold Harvey Weinstein in the same category that I hold Jeffrey Epstein. You know, because all he was doing was promising women things that he probably some of the times he didn't deliver. But he wasn't like taking it and drugging them like Bill Cosby and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different.
Blackmailing.
I don't know. If
This was blackmail. P Diddy, I believe he was blackmailing people.
Oh yeah, that's why he videotaped everything. But Doug, we out of time. I appreciate you calling in, my brother.
All right, man, take it easy.
All right, peace.
Later.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, like now, tell me, women, y'all ain't met a man that's lied to you in the beginning, or made themselves to be out better than they were, or promised you things that they didn't deliver. Okay, that happens, right? So that's why I don't hold Weinstein like Epstein. I don't put them in the same category. Still not good. Still not good. Dolly.
Dolly, hi! I got it in. I can't believe it.
You did it. Who's this? Where you calling from?
This is Beverly from Tennessee.
Hey, Beverly.
And I love your show, and I love you, PJ and Lolo.
Thank you. Lolo said thank you. She's right here beside me.
Okay, I'm so excited I got in. Okay, I was just calling to tell you that I love your show, and you're very motivational. I wanted you to know that.
Awesome. Did you want to tap in on the P Diddy thing? Did you ever go to a freak off?
No, I'm a school teacher, so my life is pretty boring.
Oh, okay.
But honestly, I think because he did those things, he deserves to do the time. Unfortunately, he can ask for forgiveness, but I think he should, receive his consequences.
Here's the thing for me is he should honestly be charged with way worse crimes that he got away with, and the stuff he's charged with now, it's bad, but it ain't. I think he's done worse, and he's gotten away with it.
I agree, Dolly, 100%.
You know, because he's not being charged with any type of murder, and he shot people, had people killed, all that stuff allegedly, and he should face justice for all the things he's done. He's just lucky and got hit with his RICO.
I know, I agree, and I'm shocked at all the people that they're saying participated. It's my fault.
Yeah, I mean, everybody ain't as clean and squeaky as you think they are.
I know, I'm learning that. I'm honestly learning that. Okay, I'm driving, so I'm afraid I'll lose you because I have to go to my mom's.
All right.
I got to hit these rural roads, but I'm so happy that I got through.
Awesome. Well, it's great talking to you. You be good. Drive safe.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, listen, here's one thing about being a YouTuber. There's no network. There's no real boss that you got to see. There's nobody grabbing your cheeks. Okay, so you can come up on YouTube and not be molested, okay? Because there's nobody here to get you, right? Lolo loves me. She's not going to do, she ain't going to try to grease me up with baby oil, right? So you don't really got to worry about those things in the YouTube world. It's when you sell your soul to these other people, okay? See, I didn't sell my soul to the YouTube gods, but they're not physically around. They don't call me into the office. They don't grab my cheeks. YouTube don't do that, all right? There ain't no freaks here, all right? The boss man here is great on the YouTube platforms because they don't even bother you, don't write you. You get 100,000 people, they send you a $5 plaque, okay? But they don't get your cheeks. They don't get your cheeks. But in the music world, if you want to make it, you got to take it, okay? If you get into Hollywood, if you want to make it, you got to take it. Now, I don't want to work for any corporation to make it. You got to take it, okay? Them are the ones you try to avoid at all costs. I never thought I'd be like, would you rather be a movie star or a YouTube star? I can tell you now, I would rather be a YouTube star any day than a Hollywood star, okay? Because you know what you got to do in Hollywood and you know what you got to do in music, right? That's why a lot of these people are wearing knee pads is because they be on them knees a lot, you know, or just, you know, having to kiss ass. Dolly.
What's up?
What's up, Miss Brenda?
How you doing, my babe?
I'm doing all right. Just talking P. Diddy.
Yeah, what's that one? Doug brought up that one man's name.
Steve
TV
Harvey.
host.
Steve Harvey.
That has absolutely blown my mind.
Now, I don't know. I haven't seen Steve Harvey on the list, but I wouldn't doubt it. It's always the people, you know.
They had him on TV this morning about it. And the NBC News put out that the mayor in New York City has been arrested and has dots on him.
He was
arrested.
He is arrested and has what on him?
He's been indicted.
Oh, okay. I mean, it don't have nothing to do with P. Diddy, right?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. So the mayor was hanging with P. Diddy too?
Yep, and he was arrested this morning. I can't say 100%. All I can say is what NBC put out.
Oh, okay.
And they showed the mayor talking. Of course, he denied it.
Yeah, of course.
But
nobody's going to admit to it that you took part or seen these things going on and didn't report it, because you know if you see a crime happening and you don't do nothing about it, you just as responsible as a person committing the crime.
I agree 100%. And I know you don't know it yet, but because I know PJ checked the mail, she sent me a message. You got my card today.
Okay, well, I'm sure she'll drop it off. She'll be here in probably about an hour.
Yeah, she told me. I said, good. I'm glad y'all got it.
Awesome, awesome. I appreciate it, Miss Brenda.
I wanted to ask y'all for prayers. This man that I live with and take care of.
Yes.
Him and I both been fighting COVID, but he got pneumonia with COVID.
Oh, Lord.
And then I found out they was fixing to send him to a rehab place yesterday. And then to the evening, he had a seizure.
Oh, my God. Well, yeah, he's going to need some. What's his name?
Guy Sterninsky.
Guy.
He really needs prayers right now. He really needs prayers right now. He may not make it through this, Dolly. That's how bad it is.
Yeah. Well, I had a neighbor named Guy. My neighbor name was Guy, and he passed away a few years ago.
It's bad this time. He almost died on me about 3 years ago, and he pulled. But I don't know if it with the COVID and pneumonia and everything with infections in his body. I just don't know if it's going to take God and prayers to pull him through this time.
This is the type of weather that gets everybody sick. When the weather starts changing, that's when everybody gets sick. When it goes from hot to cold, people start getting sick left and right. But yeah, I'll throw a little prayer out there for Guy. Make sure you guys throw a little prayer hands up for Guy. And you take care of yourself, Miss Brenda. Stay away from, don't get yourself sick. Any sicker.
I'm not to. That COVID about did me in.
Yeah, it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. I had it. I think I got it at the end of the whole pandemic. I caught it at the very end of it. I think I was the last person to get it, right? But I was pretty sick. I didn't think I was going to die sick, but I was pretty sick.
This is the second time I've caught it.
Okay. Well, take care of yourself. I ain't a doctor, so I can't tell you how to help, a medical professional. So I can't really.
I'll make it.
All right, Miss Brenda, you be good.
I love you all, and you have a good day, honey.
You too. Peace. Yeah, YouTube's kind of funny about talking about that type of stuff because, I'm not a medical professional. So I can't give you any advice on medical stuff or anything like that because they strike the videos down and stuff like that. But you got to take care of yourself. And like I was saying, it was pretty much the end of the whole thing is when I got sick and I ran a pretty high fever and I think I sweated it out. I was probably sick for two days or something like that. And it was scary because, you hear so much bad stuff about that and people dying. So when you get it, the first fear is, oh my God, I hope I don't die. But, I think it was, affecting more people, older people that had already pre-existing health problems that really couldn't take that virus. But I pulled through it. I pulled through it. That's the important thing. And, I didn't get it the whole damn time. And then right at the end, when nobody else was sick, I end up getting sick. That's the kind of luck I got. I almost made it through the whole damn thing and never got it. Right. But, be careful out there. There's a lot of flus and stuff going around. And it to me, I believe it's the change in the weather. Usually around that time, everybody starts getting colds and getting sick and stuff like that. So be careful. One thing I did like about the whole pandemic is social distancing. Okay. I don't like people all up on me anyway. And like PJ, like a lot of people at her work are sick right now. So PJ's paranoid she's going to get sick, which is making me paranoid that she's going to be sick and she's going to get me sick. All right. Because, I work from home, right? I'm here with you guys making soap, t-shirts and shit like that. I'm very rarely around outside people unless I go out for dinner or something like that. And me, myself, I keep distance from people. I ain't one of those people to be all up on top of you in the store. If you in line, I'm 4 foot behind you. I'm not right up on you. Like I'll go to the store and I'll turn around and people be breathing on my damn neck. I'm like, yo, man, can you step back a little bit? Like, so when social distancing was going on, I was good with it because I think that's something you should do anyway. You shouldn't be all up on top of people anyway, right? Give me some fucking space, 2 arm lengths on each side at least. Dolly.
Hi, Dolly.
Hey. You got to turn me down in the background. And who's this and where are you calling from?
I'm sorry. Oh. Okay, I got you turned down.
Okay. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Regina. I'm calling from North Carolina.
Hey, Regina.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going. Another day in paradise.
I love your show.
Thank you.
I love you and PJ. I just wanted, he was talking about social distancing.
Distance, yeah, social distancing.
You know what? I'm with you. I don't want somebody all on top of me.
Uh-huh.
But I wanted to give my opinion on Diddy.
Okay.
Whatever his name is. It's got several names. Puppy. But I think there's more deeper stuff that's went on with him.
Uh-huh.
That's come out. I think there's more that's going to come out on him.
Oh, I know for a fact there's more that's going to come out of him because people, once they realize he's not a threat, more people are going to be less scared to talk.
Yeah, and one person that comes to my mind is Justin Bieber. He's took his young people in and promised them this, that, and the other, but he's ranked them in, and they end up being abused. And Dolly, that's sad. Definitely
sad.
Because they have to live with that. Young people, they want to make it big, and they want to make it big quick and at a young age. And you take somebody with money and power, like Diddy he does, he's ruined a lot of people's lives.
Absolutely.
But I think there'll be more come out on him. I think of Tupac.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he, I know he may have paid some people in the Tupac murder, but I don't know if he paid them to murder Tupac.
Yeah, back in my day, I'm older, but back in my day when I was younger, I liked Tupac.
Yeah, I like Tupac. I still like Tupac.
Yeah, his music, I liked him. But I don't know nothing about Puffy, Diddy, or whatever you call him. But
Well, he's the record producer. You know, most of his fame comes from being the record producer for Biggie Smalls.
right. But I think there's going to be more comes out on him. And
Yeah.
it's just sad.
Yeah. When them skeletons start falling out the closet, they just one after another do they come out. And, you know, his crimes go back at least 25, 30 years. So there's a lot of crimes that still haunt him.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, what was it, 25, 30 years ago, he shot the dude in Atlanta.
Well, how did he get away with that?
Money. Yeah. I mean, he always blames it on somebody else. He shot people in another nightclub and his friends took the fall for it, went to prison for 9 years. Shine.
Oh my, I didn't know that.
Yeah, P Diddy quick to pull a gun and shoot people. He ain't scared to shoot you.
Well, they need to keep him in there. You know what?
That's what I'm saying. He's not even charged with his most serious crimes. He's a person that should be underneath the penitentiary, never get out, never see the light of day. He's only being charged with a little bit of stuff he's done. He ain't being charged with everything he's done.
Well, they're going to dig more into him. And
yeah.
He's going to be.
Well, plenty of people have dug into him.
I don't think he'll see the light of day.
I hope we don't either. Hey, look, we're running out of time. I appreciate you calling in.
Okay. Thank you, Dolly.
All right. Peace. Hey, guys, maybe I have one more minute that you guys can call in, one more phone call on P. Diddy, and then we're moving on to a murderer. Okay. Well, P. Diddy's probably a damn murderer, allegedly. Okay. It just hasn't been charged, hasn't been caught. You know, some people do believe he did pay to have Tupac shot, but my understanding he paid after he was shot. Dolly.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up?
Yeah, I wanted to call in like everybody else.
All right, who's everybody calling from?
My name's Matt from North Carolina.
What's up, Matt?
Yeah, I would just remind people I wouldn't be jumping to conclusions. Not everybody's name that you hear is necessarily going to have something to do with it. I'm sure a lot of them are, but probably not every single one of them.
Yeah, I mean, some of the people probably just showed up not knowing what's going on because, you know, hey, let me go take some pictures with some other famous people to help build my brand and didn't take part. But I'm sure there was a lot of people that did take part.
I'm sure there probably is a lot that we would be surprised about, but there's probably some that people might think they did automatically when, you know, I would wait for the evidence is all I'm saying, you know, for any of it.
Yeah.
The mayor, Eric Adams, that's not nothing to do with Diddy. That's political stuff.
Yeah.
They got pissed off at him, but he started complaining about the illegals coming over here and that he needed more help. Well, when Democrats step out of line with other Democrats, they start coming after them like they do the Republicans. So that's what that's over.
Oh, okay. So his own people done got him to the gallows.
Yeah. They're coming after him too, the feds.
Yeah.
They're accusing him of the law, doing stuff he shouldn't have been doing for New Yorkers because of
yeah, they putting all them illegal immigrants up in hotels and all these things. You know, we got enough homeless in our country that we should be helping the homeless, not housing people that have a home. That's what I think. Okay, we lost him. All right, let me close these phone lines for a second so I can go into this next story. But yeah, the whole, you know, listen, I'm not a political person. I'm not. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. What president you want or any of that shit. I don't care. But you know, we gotta live here, and my area that I live in, I wouldn't say it's been flooded with immigrants, but there's a good portion of new people here, and they're immigrants. I wouldn't say it's a flood. It's a few neighborhoods. Pretty much where I live, they done took over every trailer park. Okay. You know, it used to be lower income white people that lived in the trailer parks. Your lower income black people lived in the department areas, you know, which they call the projects, right? Now you don't see that as much. The Mexicans or the people coming from Mexico have pretty much took over the trailer parks, which, you know me, I like Mexican food. I don't have a problem with anybody coming here. I am a believer in if you're going to come here, do it the right way, you know, because it is true. You don't want a bunch of criminals coming here. Now, where I'm at, I'm not seeing a big influx with these new people with crime. Okay. So the people that have come to my area seem to be good, decent, hardworking people. I've worked construction, so I've worked with so many of them. And I haven't ran across a lot of the bad that you have been hearing about on the news and other cities and stuff like that. But there is a big influx of people. Now, it is starting to get a little packed, right? And there's only so much room for so many people. There's only so many jobs. There's, you know, traffic. It's a lot of stuff at play. You know, I believe in chasing your dreams, going places for opportunities. I don't hate on people for coming here because there is a lot of opportunity in America. But if you're busting in people by the thousands, right? And now you're seeing this big crime jump in some of these major cities. Now, maybe you should vet these people a little bit before you come here. And let me tell you something that pisses me off. All right. And this has nothing to do with politics. This has to do with my vacation I just took to Niagara Falls. So me and PJ, we go to Niagara Falls, and you can literally see Canada. Okay. On the other side of the damn river, we on the boat. On the other side of the river is Canada, Toronto, you know, big lights, big city. And I wanted to go. I wanted to check it out. I've never been that close to Canada. And I was like, I want to go to Canada. But you know what? Dolly don't have a passport. All right. So I can't legally just go to Canada, right? I couldn't get past the border, can't get past the border guards. I damn sure ain't swimming across the falls to get there. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't go. And I'm like, you know, this is some bullshit. Okay. Because these people are flooding into this country. You know, we're giving them Medicaid and helping them. And I can't even visit Canada. Right? I can't even visit. Like, I can't even go over there and like go to the casino. I can't go eat dinner. I can't do shit. Right? And I'm thinking, this shit right here is not fair. Something is wrong with this picture. Now, if you're going to open up borders, let's open up all the damn borders. All right. Let me go to Canada. That's the closest I ever been. I don't even know if I'll ever get the chance to go back. Right? And I couldn't even go. And that kind of pissed me off. And I'm not a political person. Right? And I was thinking, man, this is bullshit. I'm sitting there looking at it. It looks all cool and shit. And I'm just like, but I am going to work on, I got to get a social security card and my birth certificate, but I am about to get me a passport to have just in case an opportunity arises like that again. Maybe I'll fly in this time, but that's the closest I ever been to Canada, and I couldn't go. And I'm like, and you know, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Not that I want to go live in Canada. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to visit. You can't even visit, right? Without all these documents and all these things. So if that's the case at our northern border, why ain't that the case at our southern border? I just feel like we live in an unfair, this shit is unfair, right? There's like, I don't know. All I know is I wanted to visit damn Canada. I didn't get to. I just feel cheated, right? I feel cheated on that one. I'm like, this is some real bullshit. As a 3-time heart attack survivor, I wanted to tell you that I am so proud of you for turning your life around. Having a heart attack will definitely put things into perspective. Much love always. Thank you so much, Star, and welcome aboard the Dolly train. Yes, I had my heart doctor visit yesterday. Everything so far is going good. I have made a lot of changes in my life, which were hard. The hardest one was, 2 hard ones: stop smoking and, of course, stop drinking soda, and, changing the food up to eat healthier foods. I cheated a little bit last night. I ate some macaroni and cheese. Okay. But I put tuna fish in it. Okay. So it was mac and cheese with tuna. So I cheated a little bit, but I did put some fish in it, cause fish apparently is good for you. Everybody got different things. Right. But yeah, I have, I completely changed my life. And one thing I do now that I used not to do is when I wake up in the morning, I thank God for being here. Right. Cause I feel like I was given that second chance. And I am grateful for that. And that keeps me doing what I do, that I'm thankful for it. And I gotta remember that, I can't see what's inside my body, and the fuel that I put in it determines, a lot of things that go on, the things you eat, the things you consume. So I've been drinking a lot of water. I stopped drinking soda. So just a word for you people. I tried that, the Kool-Aid that you drip the drops in. It's already like sweetened. And I put it in this drink, and it is absolutely fucking horrible. Okay. That's the first one I drank right here. And I'm thinking, this sucks. I'd rather just have the water. Right. So no more of that Kool-Aid stuff in my drink, but it's, no sugar, no whatever the hell it is. It's supposed to just to give you water, some flavor. I'd rather have the flavorless water, to be honest with you. At this point, I got used to drinking water. So now anytime I put something in my water, it kind of tastes funny to me. So no more Kool-Aid in the water. I just drink straight water, but it is hard. It is every day is a little bit of struggle because, just like anybody, I want a big fat greasy cheeseburger, and I'm just like, nah, I won't do it. I want to, more than I want that cheeseburger is I want to be able to see my family tomorrow. I want to be able to hang out with my friends. I want to be here to hang out with you guys. So I got to take care of myself. And I hope a lot of you guys out there do the same thing. Like if I can do it, I think a lot of you guys can do it. So even if you just cut out one bad habit, I cut out all bad habits, which is crazy, right? And do it cold turkey, just stop, right? But you got to remember, I went through the scariest thing in my life too, almost died. They had to me back to life. So after you experience that, it'll change you a little bit for sure. It'll make you appreciate it. It makes the trees a little bit greener. It makes the sky a little bit bluer. It makes the air a little bit fresher, right? Every day, right? So, and then you appreciate things that you may not appreciate it because you realize how short this time you have on this planet is and how important it is to leave behind something great. Okay. You don't got a lot of time to do it. So you gotta pick up the speed a little bit on the greatness. Okay. So, but thank you for your super chat. God bless you and PJ. Take care of your health. We need you around. Definitely. I've been doing my absolute best. The bread I'm eating is different. I'm eating low carb stuff. I turned into basically a rabbit, and it is what it is. If that's what it takes to keep me healthy and keep me doing what I do, then that's what we're going to do. All right. Now we're going to jump pages a little bit off the P Diddy stuff because he's a freak, but we're going to talk about another freak. Okay. And this freak right here is the freak Karen Reed. Okay. Some of y'all might know this lady for backing over her boyfriend at 24 miles an hour, allegedly. Okay. Allegedly. So Karen Reed, right? For people that have followed the Karen Reed trial, she was seen out in public, hugged up with her lawyer, Alan Jackson. And I mean, when I say hugged up, I mean hands all on the titty, like they're sleeping together, hugged up, right? And I got a lot of shit about that when I said, hey, I posted a picture real early on of Karen Reed and Alan Jackson hugged up, right? And said, hey, Alan Jackson's a married man. Why does he have his hands all on this woman's breast, right? And people are like, that's not Karen Reed. That's a fake picture. But, because I put it out before the news did. And then once the news got up, and all these people calling me names and say I'm lying, making up stuff and all kinds of stuff, right? But then it hit the news that it was Karen Reed and it was Alan Jackson. None of them people, of course, didn't come in and apologize to me because when you drink the Kool-Aid, this is sugar-free Kool-Aid, but when you drink that Kool-Aid with the sugar, the Karen Reed Kool-Aid, you go completely blind to the truth. Okay. At that point, when you drink the Karen Reed sugared Kool-Aid, you can no longer see the truth. You will not accept the truth. You cannot handle the truth, right? You can't handle it. So now, it looks like she may have gave up them butt cheeks like at a P Diddy freak off, right? To Alan Jackson, which I told people, I was like, well, it looks like she's making her last payment with that tailbone. Okay. with that tailbone. Bad as that is, right? But not only that, but she took out mortgages on her house through her lawyers. So Alan Jackson has a $200,000 mortgage on her house. David Yannetti, her other attorney, has $200,000 put up on her house. So it looks like she pretty much paid her lawyers with her house. So gave up some tailbone and the crib, right? Because now she's $400 in mortgages to the house, and that is to her two lawyers. Now, Karen Reed has raised over $500,000, right? That Kool-Aid is good as a bitch, right? That canned Kool-Aid must be super good. That's the best Kool-Aid on the East Coast, right? To raise $500,000 for a lady that is bougie as hell, okay? I just don't get it, right? So now this is the crazy part. This is the kicker. This is the one. This is the field goal right here. They are selling raffle tickets for $50. Okay, Dolly got to get a couple, right? I hate to give her money, but if I won, can you listen? This is what you get if you win the raffle. Okay, it's going on for 2.5 weeks. The raffle tickets are $50 a piece. All right. I need to do that for Dolly. You can have dinner with me and PJ, $50 a ticket. We'll raffle off dinner with us. You can come sit. That's what she's doing. If you win, you get to have dinner with Karen Reed and David Yannetti, which is her lawyer. Okay. Now me, myself, like $50 to have dinner with a murderer, right? Somebody that ran over her boyfriend at 24 miles an hour in reverse, allegedly. Some people truly believe she's innocent. Okay. I ain't one of those people. I'm a real justice for John O'Keefe type person. I'm team blue. I ain't team pink because, you know, all these weirdos wear pink. And it's like, it looks like a gigantic bingo hall let out and they all showed up to support Karen Reed. That's what it looks like to me when I watch it. I'm like, yo, they handed them a cup of Kool-Aid, put them in a pink shirt and dropped them right off in front of the courthouse. Right. But for $50, right. And you can win a dinner, 2 people for Karen Reed. Now, let me ask my people here. Is there anybody that's going to buy a raffle ticket? Press 1. Okay. If you're going to buy a raffle ticket, press 1. All right. If anybody, I know I got some Karen Reed people in here because they tell me all the time, Dolly, I love you, Dolly, but you're wrong about one thing, and that's Karen Reed. I love you on everything else, but you are wrong about Karen Reed. She is innocent. The Boston police are corrupt. All these police killed this man for nothing. Because they don't have a reason why they would kill him, right? They don't have a reason why they killed John O'Keefe. They just killed him for nothing and put him in the front yard of the house. Didn't try to hide the body. Didn't try to cover up the murder. Nothing like that. They just killed him and put him in the front of the house, right? Never made any sense to me. Never one bit of sense. But, you know, somebody's going to win. So lately, you know, it probably cost her $500,000 for the first trial. Now she's going back to trial in January. Okay. So she's doing whatever she can because, you know, that money that she paid them lawyers was just for the first trial. So she done gave up the booty, the house, you know what I'm saying? The Lexus is gone. You know what I'm saying? She, you know, basically she's going to lose everything. And she's been tapping into her daddy's money. Okay. So she's one of those daddy's money's kind of, she has a decent job, but she's been, you know, some of that money that's been, you know, supporting these lawyers and things have been going to coming from her dad. But what we didn't realize was she was in debt to them lawyers to the tune of $200,000 a piece. And, you know, we've heard this rumor about the Netflix docuseries that they're going to do on Karen Reed. Now, most of the time when Netflix does a docuseries, they usually pay you around $1 million. Okay. That's usually what people get. What is it? The Long Island serial killer. His wife was offered $1 million for a Netflix deal. Okay. To do a docuseries on that. And Netflix has already been following Karen Reed around. Okay. So what did she do with the money there? Right? If you have $1 million, you should have enough money to cover your lawyer expenses, but now she has a big, powerful new lawyer too. And he's an old man. I don't think you're going to be able to sleep with him, Karen Reed, unless he gets him a bottle of Viagra. Okay. You may be okay, but I don't think you're going to be able to pay the same way you paid Alan Jackson. For anybody that's been following this Karen Reed trial. I thought it was Peacock. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was Netflix. I know like Hulu and Peacock and all them other ones don't pay the same type of money that Netflix does. Netflix is the big deal, right? If you end up in a docuseries on Netflix, they pay you pretty good. But, you know, so she's raising this money and you can have dinner with somebody that, you know, it's like you trying to win a dinner with Bon Jovi or Bret Michaels. Okay. Like, who the hell cares about Karen Reed? You're not famous. You ain't a movie star. You ain't none of that. Right. But to these older people out there, you know, they treat this woman like she's an absolute rock star. And she's one of these richer women. And listen, I ain't got nothing against rich people, right? I don't. It's how you carry yourself that I have a problem with. When you're like, what I call bougie. Like when you think you're better than somebody else because you got a little bit more money, right? Listen, I believe everybody in this planet is created equal. It don't matter if you got $1 million in the bank or if you got $3 in the bank. You should be a decent human being, right? And I just don't get that from Karen Reed. Like, now I've been around her. I told her, you know, Dolly went there in person, told her she's going to look good in orange, right? You're going to look good in orange, Karen, right? And I told her trays and shit like that, you know, just because she's going to be in orange. They brought in a new prosecutor, okay? And he was the defense attorney for Whitey Bulger. So they had the last prosecutor was, what was his name? Mello or whatever the hell his dumbass name was. Worst prosecutor in the history of prosecutors. And even with him being the worst prosecutor ever, I mean, ever, 2/3 of the jury found her guilty. Okay. With a shitty prosecutor that he couldn't put 3 words together if he tried. Like he had papers everywhere. He didn't have anything organized. He looked like he just woke up out of bed, didn't know what courtroom he was supposed to be in. And I'm thinking this has to be the worst prosecutor ever. And he almost convicted Karen Reed. So now they're bringing in a dude that people are saying was a great attorney, right? Great attorney. The same one that Whitey Bulger used. But now he is a special Lally. What did I call him? Mello? Lally. It was okay. I mixed them people up. It's Lally. You're right, PJ. Thank you. That's why I have a director right there to fix my mistakes. So Lally, worst dude ever. Okay. Worst dude absolutely ever. And he had 2/3 of the jury ready to convict her. Right. The dude couldn't even put a complete sentence together. Now we got the new guy. He's supposed to be super intelligent, smart, great lawyer. He is going to prosecute the shit out of Karen Reed. So she's going to need every penny she can get, you know, and I hate to give her some money, but just as a joke, I'm going to have to get me a couple tickets. Okay. Cause you never know, right? I could win. And then when I go, you know, go have dinner with her, I'm going to tell her how good she look in orange again. I'll be like, Karen, you know, orange ain't such a bad color, you know? And back in the day, Orange is the New Black was like one of my favorite shows. Okay. Maybe you could start another season. They could bring it back just for Karen Reed, right? Just for Karen Reed. So she's done basically sold the house. Well, she has it up for sale, but there's liens on it, $200,000 for each lawyer. She pretty much done, you know, may have gave up the butt cheeks, like at a freak off at P Diddy's party to Alan Jackson, to a married man that's been married, allegedly 5 times or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it was 3 to 5 times, but a bunch of times. And now we do know that Alan Jackson's not coming back to defend her because, you know, probably his wife, you know. Would you want you can imagine what Alan Jackson's wife was thinking when them photos came out of him out partying and hugging and having his hands on her breast, what she was thinking, you know. So that's why she's now got another attorney. She still has David Yannetti, but she has another attorney. And Alan Jackson is tied up doing other things. His schedule, is tied up. I bet it is, right? Have fun with that, Dolly. LOL. So if we're going to buy 2 tickets and me and PJ win, we're going to go have dinner with Karen Reed and David Yannetti. Okay. So at the same time, they're out fundraising. Their clan is still trying to destroy the pizza business. Okay. The pizza business from the family of the house that John O'Keefe was in. So we were thinking something we could do to help the pizza place that they've been trying to get put out of business. Right. Because we believe in justice for John O'Keefe, which is the O'Keefe family. Karen Reed people be out there booing the O'Keefe family. And it's crazy to hear these people. And, I'm in a couple of these free Karen Reed groups, right? I just join them to troll, right? When I see a free Karen Reed group, I join it. I don't even know why I join it, just so I could be like, y'all drink the Kool-Aid. Karen Reed's guilty. Why is Alan Jackson banging Karen Reed? So I just basically troll these groups because I listen to everybody's opinion. I always have, just like you guys. If y'all think listen, everybody has a right to their opinion. And my opinion is that this woman is responsible for the death of John O'Keefe, the fallen police officer. Now, did she purposely do it? I don't know. There's no way, I think, even in court to prove she purposely did it. But, she drank way too much that night. She had 9 vodkas and sodas. And now this man is dead laying in the grass and she don't know what happened. Her story didn't make sense. She said many a times, could I hit him? Did I hit him? I hit him. Maybe a plow hit him. She told her dad she hit him. Like real damaging things, stories, inconsistent stories. They're trying to make it out to be like the police are crooked. The state police are crooked. The paramedics are crooked. The judges are crooked. Everybody's crooked but her. Okay. Everybody's wrong and involved in this huge conspiracy, but her. Okay. And I just don't think that's true. There's too many moving pieces, because if one piece of that conspiracy broke off, the whole conspiracy crumbles, but it hasn't. Everybody is stuck to the same things. Now, the police did say some inappropriate things, and when they were going through her phones, like, I'm looking for titty pictures, men on men. Let's be honest. Some people, let's just say like Donald Trump would say locker talk. Sometimes dudes, especially dudes that are not what word am I looking for? The classiest dudes. Okay. Let's just say classless. They were saying things like, I'm looking through her phone now. I haven't ran across any titty pictures. So it made the police look really bad, of course, right? But is that mean he's not doing his job, or is he just a pervy dude like a lot of men, right? Some dudes are pervy ass dudes. I'm looking for, pictures of her boobs. And then, they said something about, she had doo-doo falling out of her for JJ. They hated her. They couldn't stand her. And I think it's a lot of the reasons that I don't like her, right? A lot of people don't like you when you carry yourself like you're better than them. Okay. Because like me, I know this, a millionaire can walk in right now and you're no better than me. I'm not going to bow down to you. I'm not going to kiss your ass, right? You're no different than me. We bleed the same. We the same. The only difference is our bank account. You're not better than me because you drive a Ferrari. That makes you better than me. That don't make you better than me, right? If you took all that away and we were standing next to each other, what would it be? We would be the same. Okay. And that's how I look at it. I don't care what you got in this world. If you're absolutely poor and you ain't got 2 nickels to rub together, you exactly the same as me. Okay. I got 2 nickels to rub together, but that don't make me better than you, right? We are the same. We are created equal. We're all God's children. And I think that makes a lot of people not like you. So if you out there and you one of these bougie ass people that think you're better than everybody, you're not. You're absolutely not. And what it does is it makes people not like you. Okay. It never met you. Like me, I never met you. I've never met Karen Reed. And I can truly say I don't like this woman. And behind the closed door, she could be the sweetest woman in the world. I don't know. She looks batshit crazy to me. She has them crazy eyes, right? And people are like, Dolly, you can't judge somebody on your eyes. The shit if I can't. I've been in true crime long enough to know when you crazy. I've dated enough women in my life to know when a woman's crazy. It's the looks. It's that look, right? And she has that. And it's the way she carries herself. And I'm like, okay, this woman just thinks she's better than everybody. She thinks she's a rock star. Like, I've never seen somebody accused of murder get treated like they're Bon Jovi. I just haven't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I should be throwing my horns up, Bon Jovi, but that's what it's like. It's like, we love you, Karen. And people, you know, they don't really care about justice for John O'Keefe. They care about Karen Reed because for some reason they're fascinated by this lady that wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. Now, if you see the class of people that's out there supporting her, it's not rich, bougie people. You don't see a bunch of people like Karen Reed out there supporting Karen Reed. You see middle-class people, middle-class, regular people, just like me and you guys, right? It's just regular people, right? But they're supporting this shit. A woman that was cheating on her boyfriend, okay? I hate to say this. The man wasn't even in the ground yet, and she's trying to make booty calls to his friend, okay? She couldn't stand his kids that he adopted, which, you know, his family member passed away and he took the kids in on his own. John O'Keefe sounded like a saint, okay? Like, this was a good dude, right? Everything you seen, law officer, never been in trouble, like stuff like that. Like, this dude is a damn near a saint. And he is with the most evil ass woman you can humanly get. But you know what they say, right? Opposites attract, right? I like people that are close to me that I can relate with, that we have things in common. If like PJ, if PJ was a terrible person, I wouldn't be with PJ, right? I just wouldn't. I think if PJ was the complete opposite of me, I wouldn't be attracted to her either. You know, we have a lot of things. We both love true crime. A lot of similar foods and similar interests and like doing about the same things. So we have a lot to discuss, to do, and, you know, we get along. All right. No relationship's perfect, but we for the most part, we get completely along. Everything's good. But I don't see, you know, how somebody would want to be with somebody so completely different that don't say you have good values. Why would you want to be with somebody that has terrible values? Or maybe he just didn't know because, you know, sometimes people are good at hiding these things. And, you know, as it comes out in court, yeah, the police did a shitty job. And, you know, they did a shitty job. They wasn't the most professional police, but we're not talking about the biggest town in the country either. We're talking about Canton, right? It's a small little shithole place up near Boston. Okay. Nothing bad against you people in Canton. I think some of the people there were absolutely great. Okay. And a lot of these people out there that are supporting Karen Reed, they both drank. I think that's probably what, you know, they had that in common. Okay. They both drank, but that ain't enough to carry a relationship. Okay. Especially when you love your adopted kids and she hates the kids and she don't want a family. And she made it clear she didn't want a family. So why drag this man along and actually drag him behind your car? Because you did both. You drugged the dude along and you drug him with your car, right? I mean, and why do that, right? And these women out there supporting a cheater. I tried to say this the other day. If it was a man that was doing this to a woman with all these women, okay, let's just say I ran PJ over and emails came out that I was cheating. Would y'all support me? No. Y'all wouldn't. Y'all wouldn't even come close to supporting Dolly. But since it's a woman and most her supporters are other women, like when I looked around, you may have some weirdo dudes out there. You got Tom and Turtle Boy. They weird as shit. They're two weirdest dudes you could probably ever meet in your whole entire life, right? And I don't know what I'm from the South, right? There's a certain way people from the South carry themselves. Nothing against you guys in the North. But them dudes up there, like, I don't know. It's a vibe thing. Like you get a weird, like I got a weirdo vibe from like, y'all are fucking weirdos, right? Like it ain't the same polite country. It's creepy. Like y'all are creepy. I hate to say it. I mean, I might piss off a couple people, but them dudes are fucking creepy. It's like a weird, like y'all have this weird, like fascination with this lady. It's just strange. And mostly it's women. And I look at these women like, you know, most of them look like really good people, right? Really good people. What use is to have money and everything if you are unhappy and lonely? Can you buy all but who like you because of yourself? Yes, right? Like it, like I know if I had $1 million, PJ would love me. If I was broke and lost everything I had tomorrow, PJ would love me. Right? That's the kind of person you want to be with. You know, like it. She knows I have kids. She knows I got the dog. She loves my kid. She loves my dog. That's part in the same thing with me. I know she has a kid. Her kid is awesome. Like, why would you treat, like, if you don't want that, then you don't create this relationship. And the crazy thing is she was so controlling in their relationship. Like, she's the one out there cheating and doing all these terrible things. And it's so amazing to me that so many people support her when she was doing these things. Now, I know women out there that support Karen Reed. If this was a man, y'all would be ready to lynch that dude, right? But since it's this bougie woman, and there's this, like, I don't know, I guess to the whole Netflix thing, and, you know, the support that she has, and people all just want to be a part of something. I think they just wanted to be a part of something, and they found this Karen Reed thing, and these older women have kind of latched onto it, and they've built these friendships with other people that they didn't know. So now they kind of have something to stand for. They kind of have friends, where before it was probably just a bunch of women sitting around playing bingo, right? They didn't really have that type of relationship or bond with other women. And I get it, right? But there's other ways to build those relationships and friendships and bonds with people that you don't have to do it over an officer dying, right? We got to remember that a police officer lost his life that night. Okay. Somebody that was a good dude, somebody that had a family. And to see these people boo John O'Keefe's mother, to see him boo his brother, and watch all these Facebook groups talk shit about Paul O'Keefe is horrible, right? Because these people, y'all didn't lose anybody, right? Y'all didn't lose anybody. Even if Karen Reed goes to prison, y'all still got Karen Reed. You can never bring back John O'Keefe. Nothing can, right? His family will never get to see him. They'll never get to visit him. They'll never get to talk to him. The kids will never see him again. Y'all get to see Karen Reed. You'll get to see her on damn Netflix. You get, you know what I'm saying? And y'all get out there and boo that family. Is absolutely horrible. And I knew right then, I was like, yo, I'm team John O'Keefe. I'm on the other side. Give me a blue t-shirt, because there's no way I can get down with that horrible stuff, right? That is absolutely horrible. And if you want to support somebody, why don't you go out there and support somebody that's done good things, right? This lady is accused of murdering somebody. Who the fuck wants to have dinner with her? Unless you in that cult. If you anybody else out in this country and you said, hey, do you want to go have dinner with a murderer and her lawyer? People would say, hell no. No, I don't want to go sit with no murderer. Maybe if it's damn Charles Manson's dead, but look, like, maybe I want to meet Charles Manson because I done read a bunch of books and shit on him. Maybe curiosity. But Karen Reed? I don't think so. I don't really think so. Like, if you said, hey, Dolly, you can go to dinner with Karen Reed, I might show up to troll them, right? To say things, but I wouldn't go, okay, I just want to go have dinner with this lady that killed somebody. It don't make good sense to me. And then be selling tickets to it. All right. One thing I thought there was laws against making money off of your crimes, right? I thought it was the Son of Sam law, or, you know, I know it was created after Charles Manson and John Wayne Gacy, where you cannot profit off of your crimes. This lady is literally profiting off her crimes. She's raffling tickets to hang out with alleged killer. It makes no sense. All right, let's open the phone lines back up. I want to hear what you guys think about Karen Reed and this whole raffle. Should this shit be allowed, right? Or should the court step up and say, listen, you can't profit off of this, the death of this man, because that's what she's basically doing. Go to dinner with me, alleged killer and my lawyer, and pay us $50. You can buy as many raffle tickets as you want. Right? What about John O'Keefe? What about John O'Keefe? Right? Was y'all raising money for him? Was y'all raffling for family? Yeah, I don't think so. Dolly.
Hey, Dad.
Hey.
Hey. I am getting Ava some medicine and then I'm on my way home.
Okay.
But I wanted to talk about Karen Reed.
Okay, let's do it.
You said she hated the kids, and I don't agree that she hated the kids because they got into that argument because she went and took the kids to have donuts or something, and he said that she was spending too much money on them. I think what the issue was is that she wanted to live her life without having to take care of somebody else's kids.
Yeah, the same as not liking the kids. You don't want kids.
It's different. You can like kids and not want the responsibility of taking care of the kids.
Okay, so
in my opinion,
maybe I'll take back that she hated the kids, but she didn't want the kids. Is
she
that
didn't
fair to
want to
say?
be tied down. Yes, she didn't want the responsibility of having to take care of somebody else's kids every day. She just wanted to be free to go drink every night
And sleep with his friend and cheat.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people from their side, I always like to be the voice of reason. Like, you know, what if, even though I think she did it, but, and a lot of people on that side say how John was doing the same stuff to her.
But
we don't have any proof of that. I don't necessarily either. But if they were both drinkers, like we see, they were out just having a grand old time drinking, and they got along when they were drinking. And then when they weren't drinking, it's like they weren't compatible. It seems like they weren't even a little compatible.
Yeah, that's probably what the only thing they had in common.
Right. And then so once you get comfortable and realize, hey, I'm stuck in this relationship and I don't really want to be stuck here watching these kids all the time. I want to go out and live my life like I used to. I could totally see what happens. But once you get to a part where you're like, I've met this person, I feel like, you know, I'm comfortable with this person and I don't want to start over and dating a whole nother person, you just stick around. I think that's exactly what happened with them.
I think she was sticking around till she found a new person she wanted to be in a relationship with. And it seemed like it wanted to be that Brian Higgins guy.
Well, yeah, clearly. That's what, I mean, that's the evidence is what was presented.
And, but you know, here's the thing.
He was trying to break up with her too. He was telling her to get out, and the kids testified that she wouldn't get out. He told her to get out, and it's like they were trying to break up for a minute.
You know, and here's the thing, the most damaging thing is that man's body wasn't even cold, and she was trying to call for a booty call. John's dead.
And that's the one thing that I'll never let go of. As for, first off, her defense argued on her behalf in the very beginning that she would never, and she didn't do it on purpose. So for me, as somebody knowing, if I absolutely know 150% I did not strike you with my vehicle, you are going to up there and you're saying I absolutely did not fucking do it. You're not going to say, oh, she might have done it on accident.
And you know, at her bond hearing, they said it was a horrible accident. And then time they went to trial, she didn't do it at all. Well, which one was it? Was it a horrible accident or she did not do it?
Well, when I argued that with a couple of people that were talking about Karen Reed, they tried to tell me that, oh, that was the classic defense that you go with in the beginning. I'm like, no, absolutely not.
If you didn't do it, you say you didn't do it the whole time.
If I didn't do it and my lawyer went up to defend me and started to say, oh, Your Honor, she did not accident, I would be screaming from the bench. Hold me in contempt. I did not do that. It wasn't an accident. It was that I did not do it. And then I have two more things, and then I got to go in here and get this medicine.
Okay.
The fact that one of the signs of deception in the deception deck, I always mention that, but that's where I kind of learned some of what I know from, is people that state information as factual without knowing certain things are factual. Like, for example, with her, she told her dad to get him to answer the phone that night that John was dead. which at that point in time, she didn't know where he was or what happened to him. She told Carrie that John was dead. She told Jen John was dead. And she told John's brother that he was dead when she was in the freaking 5150 hold and he walked by her freaking hospital room. And at that point in time, it had not been declared that he was dead to anybody. So as a person that's just lost your boyfriend, possibly he may be dead, there's no way in hell I'm going to be going around screaming that he's dead, texting anybody that he's dead, or even saying it out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that he's dead. And I would be thinking he can't be dead. And oh my God. And you know, the opposite, the positive version.
So does that mean we're not going to buy none of these raffle tickets?
No, we're not.
Okay.
And then I had one last thing. And a couple of friends that have cops, so I know a little bit about like how they do investigations. And I know for a fact that the person that locates the body or is the first person to tell you where the body is likely the person that did it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was blizzard weather and she knew exactly where he was at, and the other women couldn't even see him.
Right. And it's almost like when she said it like she was angry, like, there he fucking is. Like, she was like, you dumbasses, you were supposed to see him first. That's why I brought y'all here. And like, he points him out and he's literally invisible to everybody else.
Here's
so like,
the
how else
thing.
would she know?
Here's my whole thing that says she knew better. Is she drops her boyfriend off and leaves him there at a house full of police officers, goes home, right? And then she don't go to bed because phone records say she don't. But then she starts panicking. Like, you knew where he was at. Why would you panic if you knew he was with police officers? Wouldn't you think he was safe? Like, if you dropped me off at a house full of police officers, wouldn't you think I was safe?
Well, yeah, but the issue was she dropped him off. She didn't want to go in at that point because they had gotten in some type of argument. This is my opinion only. And so when he actually had the nerve, the audacity to get out of the car, she's at that point enraged. And I think that's why she purposely did hit him, because she couldn't believe he would choose to get out and want to go to this party and not go home with her. And he gets out, she goes home, she's all pissed off. She can't go to sleep because at that point she's literally just calling him frantically, like, how dare you?
And she erases the
are you?
videotape of the
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, the whole purposely backing up to hit the tail light, you can tell she purposely did it, you know.
Right. And then on top of all that, she's wasted to a point. I don't care how bad of an alcoholic you are, 9 vodka drinks. I'm sorry, she was wasted.
Yeah, she was wasted.
So who
I
knows
agree.
if she took an hour nap and woke up and snapped out of it, she may not even really necessarily remember that she did it, honestly. But I think she did.
Okay. Well, you be good. I'll see you soon.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Let's open the phone lines up. What do you guys think? See, I think pretty much, you know, she guilty. Knew she wouldn't have there, panicked. Dolly.
Dolly.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Not much.
Living your best life?
Yeah. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
This is Peach Cobbler from
Cobbler.
Texas.
From Texas.
Texas. Okay, so here's my thing. I'm 50-50. I don't think that they proved that she did it. But at the same time, it kind of all makes sense that she did it, but I can't say they proved it.
I can't, you know what I mean? Say they proved that she purposely did it, right?
Right.
I mean,
right.
I mean, if you weigh it out, that yeah, she was the last one with him. She made inconsistent statements. She tried to cover things up, and she paid for this wild conspiracy campaign to take place, right? And one thing that I thought in the last trial was that Lally was on the defensive instead of prosecuting. He was always, because it was a conspiracy. It was a conspiracy this, conspiracy that. And they had no proof to this conspiracy. They had no proof that John O'Keefe ever went in that house. They had no proof that the police ever touched him. None of that. But the whole time, Lally's on the defensive instead of prosecuting. If you look at the Delphi case, when they started talking about that Odinism, that judge, y'all ain't even bringing that conspiracy shit into my courtroom. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that way they don't have to defend themselves against a whole bunch of just crazy made up shit, and they're able to prosecute. I believe when when the new prosecutor goes in, he's not going to pay he's not going to be on the back foot like that. He's going to be prosecuting. Because right now they showed their hand. Okay. They showed what they had in court. Now the prosecution's had time to build a better hand. And that's what they've done. And they're going to go in there and they're going to trump their shit, and she's going to be prosecuted. They were 1/3 of the jury away from convicting her with Lally, and that dude can't even put a complete paragraph together. Okay, he was a dumbass. They were a terrible prosecutor, and he just wasn't organized. He wasn't well spoken, and he didn't deliver the message because he was too busy defending everything. And now they know that. They're going to have a quick defense for that, and they're going to, I believe that in 90% of the time, this is 90% of the time when a trial is retried, they're convicted.
Right. I've heard that.
Yeah. And I think they know. I think they know she's gone. I don't think she's going to do forever in jail, but because I don't know if you can prove that she purposely did it.
Right. In my mind, she had a really good defense lawyers.
Yes, she had some of the best you could get.
Well, yeah, and they really opened up a whole bunch of
conspiracy.
There was a lot of other people. I mean, I wouldn't say a lot, but at least a handful of other people that drove on that road that night. I don't know. It did plant some doubt in my mind.
She was the only one that had a broken taillight. There was John's hair on the bumper. There was shards of the glass that he was holding on the bumper. Okay. Embedded in the bumper. So you start putting that together. You got the broken taillight. You got the hair from him. Like, who else hit him? Who else? And then you got her inconsistent statement saying in the beginning she accidentally did it. Then she didn't do it. And then she said, I hit him. Could I hit him? Should I hit him?
But then they come out with the video showing, they put the video all backwards for some unknown reason.
Yeah, they did.
And then they had the cops over there kneeling down by the light.
But that don't mean
there was some shady stuff.
I don't know if that's shady or if that's more of a mistake. They didn't realize it was reversed.
All their phones.
Well, listen to this. Here's the thing. You thinking they threw the phones away because they were plotting to kill John O'Keefe. But what if they were cheating on their wives? What if they were sending nudes to chicks? There's a lot of reasons you may want to get rid of that phone that don't have nothing to do with John O'Keefe. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They could have had nudes of their wives up there, and they didn't want that shit getting leaked, the police taking it, and they destroyed their phones. There's a lot of things that may have been inappropriate on their phones and had nothing to do with John O'Keefe. And I wouldn't, like most people wouldn't want you. Would you want your phone taken right now by the police?
I wouldn't care because I'm a Christian and I actually
you ain't got nothing bad on your phone, but
I ain't got shit bad.
A lot of people do have things inappropriate on their phone.
I'll give you that. But here's my thing. Like the other day I said, Dolly, you're talking from your emotions instead of being logical. And the reason this is the reason I want to explain myself real quick. The reason I said that is because I keep hearing from you over and over, and I love you. I love you and PJ. The reason you keep saying over and over that, they were treating her like she's Bon Jovi and that somebody in her group booed his mama. But it's not fair.
It ain't somebody in the group. A bunch of the group was booing his mama. It wasn't just one person going boo.
And I'm not saying that's right. That's a good thing to do. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying it. On the other hand, it's not fair to send her to prison for what they're doing.
No, I don't think so either. No, I don't say send her to prison because they're booing the parents. I'm saying I couldn't side with them people because they're disgusting.
Right, exactly. And I'll give you that 100%. I'm just saying, if we're going to convict her, let's do it by the facts.
So we can't convict her on the crazy eyes, because the crazy eyes is what I say the most. Right? Because I convict you just on the mind. I was on your jury. I just got to look over at you. As soon as you hit me with them crazy eyes, you done.
That's hilarious. But no, we got to go by the facts, and that's all I'm saying.
Okay, I can understand that.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I do think.
I mean,
there's
if
a
I
lot of
left
shady
out,
stuff.
if I left out the circus that's taking place outside, I still think she's
Right.
guilty, but I don't know if she purposely did it or she accidentally did it. I just think there's enough to say she did it.
Right, and it's just like Sebastian's parents. You know, everything points to Chris and Katie. Everything points to Chris and Katie. But
it's
we
suspicious,
don't
but there's
have
no
the
proof. Yeah, but in
Exactly.
this, there's proof. There's DNA. There's the broken tail light. There's the glass. There's her words. So we do have some proof in this one. And Chris and Katie, we don't. We can suspect them, but we have no evidence that they did it. In this case, there is evidence. It was just it was poorly presented, and that's the problem why she wasn't convicted, I believe, is because what they had was poorly presented, and they did a good job of bringing in this whole conspiracy that these people wanted John O'Keefe dead for nothing. And if you took out that conspiracy and it was just a fair trial and not bringing in a bunch of bullshit, she would have been convicted.
Right. I don't know, honestly, because I don't even believe the conspiracy, but I just think there's enough doubt that you can't prove it was her instead of.
I can understand that. I don't believe the conspiracy at all. But I give you that. There is some doubt, maybe a little bit of doubt, enough maybe not to convict her. But once you put all that conspiracy shit into it, like I never believed the conspiracy that these cops, if a cop was going to kill you, they would cover it up. They wouldn't go drop your body in the front yard. And there's no blood trail to where he was laying. You would have a blood trail to the house. They didn't get out there and clean up the snow. You know what I'm saying? Where's the blood from the house to where he was found by the curb? There ain't none. He had one puddle of blood and he was laying in it.
Over by another car.
I mean, that's possible, but how did his hair and broken glass end up on that car? And what happened to that tail light? You know, we go into that.
Well, I don't know because they cut the video off.
Yeah, but if you don't believe the conspiracy, then you don't believe the conspiracy of the police planting evidence. And how did they go out there and plant evidence in front of the media and all the news people out there filming the stuff, the location of the accident? You got to remember, once he was dead, the media was out there. They're out there videotaping. The news are out there 24 hours a day. So they walk out there in front of news cameras and sprinkle some damn broken tail light in the snow. I just don't buy that.
I don't know.
I don't buy that.
Well, how did like 20 minutes of the video disappear?
I don't know. They were erasing videos. Karen Reed erased video. Why'd she erase video?
I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. We can't. I mean, I wouldn't, if I was innocent and I was getting charged as her, you know, like she's being charged, if, you know, you better be able to prove it 100% before you know, take somebody's life.
Now, if they find her guilty in this next trial, will you accept that she's guilty?
Absolutely, but they better come in with better evidence than they did this time. Because to me, they didn't prove it because I wasn't on either side. I watched the trial just absolutely going in blind. And as a normal person, I didn't feel like they proved it that it was her, that she did it. Because I felt like way more.
Yeah, because the prosecution was always on the defense. But I believe this time around they're going to bring in a better speaker, and he's going to break it down for you where people understand it a little bit better than Lally did.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Well, every time I hear you say they're booing their mama and they're treating her like a rock star, just know I'm over here side eyeing you.
Okay. All right. All right.
But I still love you.
Every time you defend her, I'm side eyeing you. We just
right.
we just side eyeing each other. All right, you be good.
Deal. All right.
All right, peace. Yeah, I mean, you know, people think she's innocent. I can understand your opinion. Like, I'm going to listen to your opinion. I'm not going to be like I know more than you, right? Because I don't. My opinion is that, you know, we got to explain these things, and I think the better speaker, the more easy it is explained. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey, Granny.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Not too bad.
Good. Now, we all know that Karen Reed did this.
Well, we think we do. You know what I'm saying? We think we do. Some people don't. Some people don't think she did it.
She had the best defense that a piece of tail could buy her.
Yeah, and the house. He has
That's
a $200,000 lien on the house.
That's right. You
Right.
know, it's because she's a nice looking, petite,
I don't think she's that good looking.
pretty little. Well, she's a pretty little girl. She is. I'll give her that. I will.
I mean, she's
But,
she's probably a decent looking older woman. That's I wouldn't call her a little girl, or she's definitely 50. Okay, I don't know how she is, but she at least looks 50.
Well, I'm a lot older than her, so to me, she's a little girl. She's a
Okay,
pretty little girl.
you can say that. I can't call her a little girl. I say she's a decent looking older woman, but she's not like supermodel hot.
Yeah. Well, she must know how to tighten that thing up just right. To have all these men following her like that.
Yeah, but you know, men like a couple drinks, they like anybody.
Yeah, like the song, the girls all get prettier at closing time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they a few
But,
drinks in, she might be a supermodel, you know?
Yeah, and you wake up with a 2. You thought you left with a 10, but you woke up with a 2.
Yeah, what do they call that? The coyote ugly, where you wake up in the morning.
Coyote ugly, that's
You
right.
wake up in the morning and chew your arm off.
Yeah, really. But we all know she did that. Now, I don't think she meant to kill him. I don't. But I do believe she was mad and she meant to bump into him. I really do.
Yeah, see, that one I don't know. I had to agree with the last caller. Like, I don't know if they did enough to prove she purposely did it. I think there's enough to say she did it, but I don't know about purposely did it.
Well,
I think they would have had an easier case with like vehicular manslaughter or something like that.
Yeah, well, they need to drop it down to vehicular manslaughter because she did. For one thing, she was drunk. That's
Yeah,
enough
but that right
there.
there, that takes away the manslaughter because you know right then you shouldn't be driving. So that takes away the accident. It ain't an accident if you're drunk. It's like you did it on purpose automatically because you got behind the wheel of a car drinking. There's no such thing as an accident in a drunk driver case.
Well, she needs to serve some jail time for this.
Prison, not jail. Jail is
prison.
Jail is for people that didn't pay their child support. Hold on, Granny. Producer's calling.
That's all right. But I really believe she meant to do it. I can't prove it, but I believe she meant to.
Yeah.
She didn't mean to kill him. She was pissed at him.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Yeah.
All right, Granny, look, I got to get ready to go. The producer's about to be home, and I'm a little behind on stuff.
All right. You have a good day.
You too.
You and her both, and you watch Top Notch.
All right, peace.
Bye.
After a few drinks, men like anyone. Everyone, Jesus, Dolly. Like everyone, Jesus, Dolly. I'm just saying that, you know, a few drinks in, men ain't as picky as they were a few drinks ago. So look, guys, I was going to talk about Mamta, but I am going to be back tonight and I will cover the stuff on Mamta, the lady that lost her life up in DC. I'm a little behind because I talked a little longer than I probably should have on P Diddy. And we went on a little while with Karen Reed. So we're not going to be able to get to our third story today, but I will be back later tonight. I'll cover that and some other things. You know, we keep it here, true crime all the time. Okay. So if you're up later tonight, make sure you join me. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. So I'm going to leave y'all with this question. What do y'all think about P Diddy crying his eyeballs out in jail? Do you feel sorry for him? Right. That's what I'm asking you. Do you feel sorry for P Diddy? Also, what do you think about Karen Reed raffle tickets? Do you think it's right that this woman can profit off the death of John O'Keefe? Let me know the answers to those two questions in the comment box down below, not in the side chat, right? Because I won't see it. But when this video ends, make sure you like it and answer those two questions for me. All right. Do you feel sorry for P Diddy? And should Karen Reed be able to profit off the death of John O'Keefe? Y'all too, let me know those things. Remember, Dolly loves you. I will see you guys in a few hours. I'll be back tonight, so make sure you tune in. Peace.